Yeah, we're
Podcast
live.
live.
We're live, man. We're live.
Live.
Tuesday night. Figured we'd stop in here and do a little I don't know, open forum sort of thing and just it's always fun figured we'd it's always fun keeping in contact with the hey number one fan, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey, traveling. And like I said, if this is completely open, you guys are more than welcome to join. I'll put the link in for anybody there in chat.
One stipulation: if you want to join the chat, you gotta have a drink.
Hey, Barry. Yeah, join us, Barry. Come on. We got to get you on here, man. You won't ruin anything. Come on, Barry. It's not that hard. Completely open to anything tonight. This is just a open farm. We just felt like talking about whatever.
Steve's burps.
That's boring.
Well, we'll talk about other stuff.
Like
your farts.
Like my farts. So, you were watching
Archive 81.
Archive 81. So what do you think so far?
It's not bad. I'm enjoying it. It's only got like 7 or 8 episodes for the first season.
Yeah, eight episodes, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty
number 4. I finished number 4.
I love the mood. I love the atmosphere.
I know.
That's what I love about it.
And it's like kind of like initially, I mean, now you're starting to kind of understand what's going on to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
But initially, you're like, the cutscenes, so to speak, threw me off. It's like, what the hell's going on here? But now it's it's starting to unravel.
But that's the fun part. It's never you know what? It's never safe and it's never interesting if you keep it safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that really sounded stupid, but I mean, you got to bust it open to make it feel, to make it feel interesting, to be interesting.
No,
I think staying within the guidelines of proper etiquette suck.
I just hope they don't fucking cancel it after one season.
I hope not. I mean, it's a good concept. It's a neat concept. And yeah, but I don't know how did it do in the ratings? I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even check.
I haven't even looked to see how it was up there in popularity for a while. So I don't know if it's one of the more popular shows, but I liked it. It's neat. But yeah, it's like a lot of shows though. They get booted after a while, and you're like, come on.
Yeah, I know. And the thing that pisses me off, it's usually the ones that I want to watch.
Yeah.
Or the ones I like, they end up canceling.
What? Well, it's like Hannibal.
Yeah.
They killed that show. Why? Come on. I mean, there's been rumors of it, of them bringing it back, but I don't know.
Well, there's that. There's 666 Park Avenue that they canceled. I really enjoyed that show.
I never watched that.
That was a really good one. I enjoyed it. There was another one. I forgot the name of it. It was based out of. So the premise was based on that famous jail in what the fuck is it called now?
I don't know.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
I think it was called. The actual show was called Alcatraz as well.
Yeah.
And so it's been a while since I've watched it, but basically this team was tasked trying to find the escaped criminals who somehow traveled forward in time to their time and basically track them down and grab them before they do whatever they do. But that didn't last long. That was only like a season.
Well, there was another one. God, what was the name of it? Dark series. I think it had 2 seasons, 2 seasons. The serial killer one. Oh God, what was the name of it?
Is that the one with Kevin Bacon?
No, not Kevin Bacon wasn't there. Oh man, I forget the name of it. It was really cool too. It basically about the FBI in the beginning when they started the profiling of serial killers in the beginning. I think it was like the mid 70s, early to mid 70s. Oh, what was the
Was
name of
it
that
on
show?
regular TV or was it on streaming?
It was on Netflix.
Oh.
Mindhunter. That's it. Thanks, Barry. Have you watched that?
No, I don't think I have.
Dude, you gotta
I've
watch
seen
it.
it, but like I've seen it on. I've never watched it though.
That's a cool show, man. And I mean, there was again speculation that there might be a third season, but I haven't heard anything lately, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It was a good show, but all the good shows tend to get booted. That
Wow.
sucks.
It's the shows that we like are not the mainstream shit.
I don't know.
A lot of them are.
Hannibal was mainstream.
Well, you'd think that, but obviously it didn't do well enough for it to
Gr-
continue.
Grimm was mainstream.
Yeah, and that was on for 6 seasons.
Fuck, that's nothing.
By today's standards, yeah.
When you
That's
look at shows like Supernatural that lasted what 15.
Yeah. I used to like that show, but then it got so repetitive.
There was a chunk. I said I invested my time watching it this far. I'm going to finish it. But there was, a few seasons where I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And it was just like I had to drag myself to watch it to catch up. And then the last 4 seasons, I think when they got rid of Bobby, but even though Bobby came in and out, when they got rid of the character, I was like, fuck, this sucks.
I know.
Like,
Bobby was a cool character.
Bobby was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these orbs flying by. My room is haunted, but I already know that, right?
Yeah.
Guys, come on, somebody join us.
Don't leave us hanging.
No, don't leave us hanging here.
You want to hear us talk
there's a link. Join us. Come on for a bit. Don't be shy. I ordered the DVD from the UK called for the Randlesham incident.
For the witch?
The Randlesham. I'm saying it wrong. I know. Randlesham incident, the UFO incident from the 80s.
Okay.
Is
Is that the
What's
one that
that?
Fred was talking about?
Sorry?
Can you not hear me?
Well, I heard you, but you're saying it after my
I was saying, is that the one that Fred mentioned on the show?
Fred mentioned it. Yeah, he mentioned it, and I looked it up, and I found it on Amazon, so I grabbed it. So
Forest Walks. No, that's not it.
no, it's the Randlesham incident. It's from 2017, I think. There's another one called Hangar 4 or something, Hangar 7 or something. Hey, Adrian. Hangar 7 or something. But that was from 2004, and it's based on the same thing. I got to read more. I got to read more into the incident itself. It seems very intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
And for our UFO show that's coming up on the 25th, I'm sure we'll discuss it as well, because Ben Emlyn Jones is going to be a part of that as well, and I know he's probably pretty well versed on that incident. So I'm sure.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll get him to talk talk a little bit about it. Give us his insights to that. I don't know. People are shy here. What's going on?
I don't know. Not scary.
No, I can't. I can't get it out. I keep saying the word wrong.
Which one,
Randall Shum. Randall Shum. I know I'm saying it wrong.
Rendlesham?
Randlesham?
I
Oh
I
my
don't.
god.
We're not. We're not.
Anyways,
We're not, we're not British, so
no.
we can't pronounce that stuff properly.
Oh man. So guys, anybody like found footage flicks? Any found footage flick fans out there?
Yeah, like the found footage of me finding my foot.
Yeah, I like that. Finding your foot. No, I mean like especially UFO or paranormal or something. I don't know. There's some really cool ones. I mean, there's a lot that the formula is pretty much the same for all of them. But I mean, some of them have some really unique twists to them. Great. I think one of my favorites is Grave Encounters. That was pretty
I think
cool.
Blair Witch ruined it for me.
Huh?
Blair Witch ruined it for me.
Yeah, but that's not really great example. There's some really good ones. I mean, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna take some backlash on this, but I liked it.
You like what?
The Blair Witch. I liked it for what it was. I liked it.
I wasn't a fan. I mean, I watched it and it was like, meh. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if this is, and I'd never heard of found footage prior to that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for me to say, after the fact, saying, well, if all found footage is kind of similar, then it's like, kind of shy away from it. And I know I shouldn't. I shouldn't paint all of them with the same brush, but still, just the way it is.
Why? What color would you paint them?
Red.
Or what kind of brush would you use?
Thick ass brush.
Fuck.
And I'm blue.
Oh, that's
Like,
hilarious. So I mean, it's been crazy weather-wise. I mean, we have this extreme coldness, and then it's going to be like +7 tomorrow or something.
yeah. So we've had Monday was got as low overnight. It was like -19, -20 degrees Celsius, and tomorrow it's going to be +7 or +8, depending on where you are.
I still got to see that the McPherson tape. I still got to see that, Barry. That sounds like a cool flick. I had a chance to pick it up, but hey, Tim, how are you? Tim the Pigeon Master. And once again, if you guys want to join us, by all means, please. This is completely open. We'd love to have you on the panel here. And I'll put the link again.
There's a way to pin it. You can pin it at the top. Like the link, you can pin it at the top so you don't have to keep posting it.
Where?
That's what I'm trying to look. Trying to see if I can find it.
You're not allowed to.
I'm logged in as myself, so I might not be able to do it.
You can't. You're not allowed to. I won't let you.
Screw you.
Wait, hold on.
Report or block. Block your fucking link.
No, I'm looking at it, but I'm looking at all the stuff you can do on here. I don't see it where you could sort of share.
There's a way of doing it. I think you got to log in to the actual YouTube page. Do it. It won't let me do it. Even as a mod, it won't let me do it.
Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, okay. There you go.
There you go. Have it as a
wow.
banner.
What's that?
Have it as a scrolling banner.
Cool. You could comments. I'm like I said, I'm still getting used to this.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it. The banner is not translating over to YouTube though.
Oh no?
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I see it on YouTube.
You do? I don't.
Yeah. You're lost. I see
Apparently.
it. I see it there.
Oh, that would be
I,
why. I hit
I
pause.
see it and then you can go, okay, so you can go like this, see? You can see that, can't you?
Yep. The acting.
Yeah, so yeah, I gotta see that. That's a pretty cool, apparently pretty cool, the McPherson tape. Actually, I just had it's not a found footage flick, but apparently I had a flick show up today, completely remastered. One from '72 called Virgin Witch from the UK.
Yeah, I saw your post there.
Yeah, fucking. You know what that
You watched-
movie? Sorry.
Have you watched it already?
Oh yeah, they did an awesome job with the upgrade. The transfer just looks amazing. I mean the movie it's not a great flick. It's a cult sort of film. Lots of nudity, and but I mean the movie itself is pretty cool. It's typical '70s, early '70s UK thriller sort of. Hey Sab, how are you? And once again, you guys are more than welcome to come on. I'm gonna get rid of that. How do you do that? Get rid of that. Hide. That's annoying. No, I'm just getting used to this. What you can do over here. So that's pretty cool.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Vietnam. Yeah. So that's it's a pretty cool flick. Sexploitation, horror, sort of thriller, drama, whatever the hell. Jack Carter. Oh my God. Look who we have here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How
Hey.
you doing? And it figures you'd pop up since we're talking about movies.
Yeah.
So what's new, man?
How's everybody?
Good,
I'm
good. How
fine.
about you?
Yeah, I'm okay. You?
Good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Just getting warmed up.
Getting ramped up or something.
We were just talking about, and I don't know. You might have seen this movie, Virgin Witch.
No, I
From
haven't seen that one.
Really 1972
No.
from the UK.
Really?
Really,
Wow. Not really. Is it a horror film?
it's yeah, somewhat of a thriller sort of exploitation sort of flick.
Yeah. See that'd be I'd be about 2 years of age when that came out.
Well, I think I was 3 years old. So
Yeah. That's
I wasn't
maybe
even
why.
born.
Maybe that's why
Yeah.
that's why it's slipped by me like.
Alex wasn't even a thought.
I was just a glimmer in my dad's nutsack.
So we were talking about found footage flicks. Have you watched any
What's this? Fab
found footage flicks?
Found footage flicks of what in general?
Okay, so just an example, like a popular example would be the Blair Witch.
Oh, right, the Blair Witch. Right, yeah. Okay, yeah, Blair Witch. I have I have seen certain things like that. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that don't like them.
Like me.
I don't know why you don't like them though. I don't get it. I don't.
I don't know. There's something about it because there's another film that's sort of like that sort of thing in it. What is it? Fuck me, I can't find it. I've got it on the tip of my tongue which one it is. And it's sort of on the same sort of thing as Blair Witch. Like it's like a guy going around with a camera, filming all the time. Like,
And I mean that's pretty much like the standard sort of thing with these films. I'll make it look like they're using a video recorder or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're going around recording everything and making it look like it's a home movie sort of thing.
What film is that? Because there's a film of that where there's an animal walking around the streets of America and around New York.
An animal?
Cloverfield, isn't it?
Cloverfield, yeah, that's someone. Yeah,
that's one that's like that, isn't it? And then at the end of it, old boy ends up dying at the end, and the camera ends up falling out of his hand, doesn't it?
Barry. Okay, here. There's what Barry says.
Blair Witch was poo. Yeah, it's one of those films like you either like it or you don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, punches, join us.
I watched it a couple of times and I didn't really get on with it.
I don't know. I kind of liked it for what it was.
Yeah.
I liked it for what it was, and I think if anything, I kind of liked the ending or near the ending. When I like the fact that they split the audio and the visual, and the audio was coming from one room and as opposed to the visual, and they're really fucking
with your senses.
Yeah, screwing with your senses. You're like,
yeah,
okay, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, hey, the guy's in the corner of the basement. Okay, what the hell is this guy just sitting staring at the corner like he's the naughty stuff,
nodding his head like
what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Wow.
Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna finish refill.
Yeah, no problem. It's. I mean, I think I liked it for that, but I mean, overall, it's one of those things where you can sort of fast forward through it and just get to the meaty parts, if anything.
Didn't they make a follow up to it as well? There is a Blair Witch 2, but I've never watched that.
There is, but it's not a found footage. I think it's. I don't think I've ever seen it, to be honest. I don't think I've ever watched.
Never watched it.
And I know they did a third one as well.
Did they?
I
didn't even know that.
Just a few years ago, and actually, I think I watched it, and it actually wasn't too bad.
Wow,
for what I can remember. But
see, the first, like I say, the first one, you either like it or you don't, and I didn't really get on with it. And so I've kind of forgot the other two. I didn't even know there was a third film.
What I liked about it too, I think more so is the lore. How they had this campaign going on online on the web to like sort of reiterate this is real.
Yeah.
And giving you the backstory and the myth and the legend of it all, and people were like, "Holy shit, man! I gotta see this." And then they go watch it and they're going, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. Yeah. What did I just watch here? Like, yeah.
So Casual's asking a question. She goes,
"Okay, here we go.
What is your favorite end of the world movie?"
Ooh.
Man, there's
2012.
2012.
Yeah. The effects in that is just off the scale, man.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I don't know, apocalyptic sort of flicks that just like, okay. I don't know. It's really tough. My favorite. I don't know. I honestly I don't know if I can come up with my favorite end of the world video. I don't know.
I think all
Flick,
reality
movie.
TV shows is my favorite end of the world.
Reality. my life is going nowhere. I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My show is the end of the world, whatever.
Knowing was pretty cool. Yeah, Barry. That was cool.
Knowing. Wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. What was that one? Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart here. There's so many movies. I just watched. It wasn't an end of the world's flick, but I just watched one last night called Antlers.
Golly, man. What's this about? Like,
And let me tell you, it was one screwed up flick, man. It was the chick from that TV series, The Americans was in it. What's her name?
Right.
Oh, if you guys have ever seen that TV series, The Americans, let me see. I'll tell you right now what her name is. And Antlers was Carrie Russell. Sorry, Carrie Russell's in it.
Carrie Russell, right?
Yeah,
right.
Carrie Russell's in it, and Antlers was this boy has these secrets. His father and let me just say, it has a lot. Actually, Alex, it has a lot to do with the Wendigo.
Which one?
Antlers.
Antlers? I've
Yeah.
heard of it. I don't know. Not a huge
And
fan.
it's got a
Watched it.
lot to do. It's got a lot to do with the creature, the mythological creature, the Wendigo. It's actually a pretty cool flick.
So Barry doesn't want us to mention Melancholia.
Melancholia, yeah.
Sorry, Barry.
You,
I had
well,
to
you
mention
just
it. You posted
just
it.
did. You just did. War of the Worlds is cool.
War of the Worlds. Now, which one? Which one though? Were we on about the modern version, or are we on about the original?
I don't know. That's what they mentioned. You know what's really cool? And I'm talking about from the 80s. Day of the Triffids.
Oh man, that's fucking epic series. That is.
I love that series, man.
Yeah, man, epic.
That was so cool. And I didn't bother with because they just remake that a few years ago.
They did a film of it as well. There was an original film, The Day of the Triffids, which is from 1960s, I think, sometime. And then they made a series in the 80s. I haven't really heard of anything being made of it since, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going on about TV series. Oh, you don't even get me started with some of the classic TV shows. Yes, Quartermass in the Pit.
Well, classic series. I'll tell you, it's one series we had in this country, which was based on the War of the Worlds, which was called Tripods.
Oh, Tripods. Yeah, I remember that.
Now, the BBC cancelled that halfway through, and we never got the third series of it.
Oh, really?
The third series was apparently fucking brilliant. If they'd done it, if they'd made it with the book of it's fantastic. Tripods.
Hey, Trevor. Trevor says, "Want depression? Watch Threads." Yep. There you go. You want End of the World?
Threads, man. Fucking hell, man. What a dark film that is.
That was fucked up. Alex, you ever seen that?
Nope.
Yeah, I've watched.
Oh, dude, watch that flick.
Why would I want to watch that? I don't want depression.
It's the end of that. That is classic end of the world.
It's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah, you see a woman standing there pissing herself at one stage.
He's not kidding either.
I don't doubt it. I got depression of my own. I don't need to watch movies like that.
How's it going, Trevor? Once again, guys, you guys are all welcome to join us here on the panel. So once again, I'll put it in thread here.
I was just talking to Punches about walking amongst the tombstones. Have you ever seen that?
Walking
Liam Tombstones. It's about two blokes going off kidnapping women.
And look who we've got here,
And
Mr.
it's got-
Dan. How you
It's got
doing, man?
Liam Neeson comes in and cleans
How's it going?
up, man.
I've
No
heard of that.
punches.
Twitter.
Right on, man.
Have you seen Threads?
No.
You've never seen Threads?
Never heard of
Man,
it.
You missed out.
Oh man, you're gonna have to
Man, you
hunt
gotta
it down
watch
and
it.
watch it. You want to talk about
Watch the film, man. It's out of this world, like
screwed up movie? Man.
fucking right, mate. There's a traffic warden in it at one stage. His head all bandaged up as well. Like.
What? Okay, so Trevor says there's a British cartoon made in the 80s about nuclear war.
Yeah, wind in the wind.
Barry says
Roger
red,
Waters
white, and blue.
did the music for it. Yeah, when
Yeah,
the wind blows.
yeah.
Yeah. Great thing to watch. Another one that's very dark, and you watch them sort of slowly deteriorate in it. It's ooh. Yeah. And Roger Waters, well, of course, Roger Waters, Pink Floyd, very depressing music, but at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you know what? It works.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, you know you're gonna get you're gonna get what you're asking for with his music. There's no doubt about that, especially with a flick like that.
Oh yeah. Well. I mean, that was in his period as well. He was in all that doom and gloom and war and end of the world and
Midnight Rider says the worst film ever made is 120 Days of Sodom. I don't know if it was the worst film. I've seen worse films than that, but let me tell you, it's a pretty fucked up movie.
yeah.
Syrian film's probably the most fucked up movie out there.
I don't know. You guys want to track down? I don't know if you could probably watch it on YouTube. I don't know, but there's a movie out there called Bride of Frank.
Oh,
Bride of
Frank.
Dan, you're laughing. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm thinking Frankenstein in my head when you said it.
Oh my God.
I'm thinking of Frankenfurter thing out of Hellraiser.
No,
Uncle
the Bride of Frank is a film that you want to talk about low. It is pretty fucking low.
Low expectations. What you're saying? Don't go in with high expectations.
No, I mean there are some parts in it that are actually humorous, but let me just say it's pretty sick humor.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
So
humor.
I'm reading the actual biopic, I guess, on IMDb for Bride of Frank.
Yes, read
So
it.
I'm thinking this is the one. It's a disturbed and hideous, ugly warehouse worker Frank dates and murders women who are not nice to him. He then mutilates and disposes of their corpses, helped out by his friends.
I'm not kidding you, man. You think 120 Days of Sodom is bad? You haven't seen bad, man.
That just sounds wrong.
I'm telling you right now, it's so bad. You just have to watch it to see how bad it is.
Oh man,
Is it,
Like
they need to
there's
do
one.
Theater 3000 of it.
What's that?
Remember that show, Mystery Science Theater 3000, with the
Oh
robots?
yeah, classic show, man.
Classic.
Oh yeah, there's some pretty bad flicks out there, and that's
The
Definitely.
Razorhead. That's up there. That's bad as well.
which one?
A Razorhead.
Oh, Razorhead, yeah.
Tracerhead, yeah.
That
was
fucking.
weird.
Have you
weird
guys
film, man.
have you guys ever seen Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles?
No.
You guys all know Peter Jackson, of course.
I know Peter Jackson, yeah, but I haven't
He
seen
did
that
he
one.
did he did a flick called Meet the Feebles, and it's basically the Muppets on steroids or on
Really?
cocaine.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. It is fucked. Bad Taste is good. Great. Barry. Barry.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you, man. Muppets on cocaine. It is so fucked up. Literally, it's like the dark
They're already
version of the
on cocaine.
Muppets.
They're already on cocaine.
You wonder what Jim Henson was a straight man then.
Yeah. I wonder if Jim Henson ever saw that movie, Meet the Feebles.
God,
What he would think. Oh my God, what have they done to my Muppets?
What was done to my Muppets?
What have they done to my Muppets?
My Muppets. My Muppets will never be the same.
That's probably what killed him. Like,
Yeah. Drove him to extinction.
Yeah, killed him. Like.
Come on, Barry, Trevor, join us. Put the chat there, the link there. Come on, join us in chatting.
What was that? The Labyrinth was
The Labyrinth with David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah, it was terrifying David Bowie.
Yeah. I seen that, God, years ago. I can't even remember much of it.
I got it on Blu-ray.
Dark. I mean, they kidnapped a baby and shit. Like,
David Bowie's got the baby in his hand at one stage. Like, well,
yeah, he's got like a baby. He's like he's a bad dude.
Badass.
He's a bad dude. Not in a good way.
Alex, what's the most fucked up thing you've ever seen on movie, TV, or whatever?
Oh man, it's not like I watched that many movies either.
Take another hit there, Alex. Come on.
Hang on.
I saw President Biden become the president. That's the most.
This is liquid cocaine.
Liquid cocaine. He'll remember after this hit.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I would have probably erased it off my memory.
That good, huh?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just probably like bang my head against the wall a few times and forget about it.
What's the one with the guy who sews the people together, like the human centipede?
Human centipede.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Learning Curve.
Oh yeah, Learning Curve. Yeah.
Where the teacher kidnaps all the students and keeps them in a cage.
Yeah.
Keeps them in a electrified cage, and then he takes all their fucking clothes and he makes them learn shit in order to get things that make them more comfortable. That movie's it's good, but it's fucking
dark. Dark.
Speaking of Japanese flicks, and they've got some pretty twisted ones. Have you seen Ichi the Killer?
No.
No.
There's a scene. Yeah.
Ouch.
There's a scene where they have a guy strung up with chains and they got hooks in his skin, and to get this guy to talk, they start pouring boiling oil over him.
Ooh.
It's pretty brutal. Meanwhile, the guy in the room is smoking a cigarette. He's got slits in the sides of his cheeks, and it's held together with like a pin. And he's smoking, and when he smokes, the smoke comes out the side of his cheeks. Talk about colorful characters. Yeah. But the Japanese really know how to make some twisted flicks.
Yeah, they got twisted fucking
Tokyo Gore Police.
Tokyo Gore.
Oh yeah, Tokyo Gore. Oh man, the list goes on.
That one was so great though.
Yeah.
I think one of the most twisted series is Guinea Pig. That's pretty fucking twisted as they come because it's supposed, reality sort of.
Yeah.
Twisted shit. End of Hellraiser when he says Jesus wept and his head explodes. I don't know. Exploding heads. What's your favorite exploding head scene? Come on. Scanners. Come on.
Scanners. Yeah, probably
like
Scanners,
the original.
yeah.
It's like the original head explosion. I mean.
Oh yeah, man. And we're talking mid 70s. Come on. That was Alex, have you ever seen Scanners?
No.
Oh my God, Michael Ironside! Come on.
It's just like
My favorite head exploding scene was Team America.
Team America.
Yeah,
I haven't
Team
seen-
America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite exploding head.
Hellraiser on its own is just fucked up, man. That film.
like this.
I watched that. I watched that film on acid. Like, fucking hell, man. That fucked me right up.
That scene in Team America where he's vomiting outside in the alleyway, and it just
Oh yeah,
and it keeps going and going and going. Oh man,
Yeah.
brilliant.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
It's like
that was
spitting
a
and
funny
shit.
movie, man.
It is non-stop fucking hilariousness in that film.
Yeah.
There's three types of people in this world: dicks, pussies, and assholes.
Oh,
Man,
God.
it's like,
When the base got blown up and the guy goes, "Remember when I first met you and you thought I was going to ask you to suck my dick? Well, now you have to suck my dick." And he's like holding a drink. He goes, "Okay, whenever you're ready."
yeah, that movie is funny as hell. I like how they took intelligence, the computer intelligence. Oh,
Yeah.
And they took that directly from another movie, and I don't remember which movie it was, that the whole computer, the way it looked and the way it talked and everything. They
One
took
like
it,
Hitchhikers, was it? It wasn't Hitchhikers, was it?
it wasn't Hitchhiker's Guide, no, it was some other thing. I can't remember. I saw it a while back, and I was like, "Oh shit, that was that South Park episode." They took that for intelligence, or not South Park, Team America.
Hey Barry,
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
how are you?
Hello.
Oh,
So, we've
I have a drink.
awesome.
Cheers.
All right, welcome to the Twisted Hour of Twisties.
Dead Girl.
He's what?
Dead Girl is the worst film I've ever seen.
Which
And
one?
it was on television here in the UK on the Horror Channel, probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I keep searching for it just in case they repeat it because it got pulled off DVD. But it's such a tragic film. It's awful.
What's the
film's
name of
that?
it again?
Dead Girl, it's called.
Oh, Dead Girl.
Dead Girl. And it's basically the story of these teenagers who find a corpse of a woman,
Mhm.
and then they take the corpse into like this labyrinth where they keep it chained to a table, and they
Okay.
take turns in defiling it.
Oh.
And over the course of a period of time, obviously the body starts to disintegrate. It was so awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish watching the movie. It was
I know what you're
horrendous.
talking about. I know what you're talking
But it's an amazing film. It's so good.
How
God,
come
I
I
mean,
can
that's
remember?
sparking my memory. Like I've seen that shit before.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you know what?
Like an
Is it Adam McGoyan that directed a film similar to that? No, not Adam McGoyan. Oh, now it's called Dead Girl, right?
Dead
Yeah.
Girl is the title that I remember.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
So,
have seen it. I have seen that movie. Yeah.
Of course you have punches. You're as messed up as I am.
Oh,
Is
no,
it-
but
okay.
no, I fucking forgot about it.
what year is it? Is it 2008?
Oh, yeah, it could have been around that time. I'm not sure of the actual date. Sounds about right though, because it was a long while.
And
ago that I saw it.
it's a British flick.
I don't think.
No, it's American, isn't it?
Is
yeah,
it
I don't
American?
think it's a British film.
Is it? No, if it's on the Horror Channel, it's got to be about.
Oh yeah. Okay,
It's got to be about 10 years plus.
I've got it
Yeah,
right here. I've
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
I've got it here, right here.
Yeah, it's 2008. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, 12 years ago, isn't it?
Two high school boys discover an imprisoned woman in an abandoned mental asylum who cannot die.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. She's dead, but she's not dead.
But she's not dead. That's right.
Yeah, she's like a zombie or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like changed to this thing. Yeah.
That's
dude,
it.
I have seen that. I have seen that.
Properly messed up.
I totally forgot. I'm like, dude, it was so messed up. I fucking blanked it out of my memory. Like,
Yeah, I think I did because I
That's
can't
what I
remember
was
the whole
saying.
story.
This is why I don't remember the bad movies, because I just like knock myself on the head and I just forget about it.
You knock yourself on the head.
Yeah.
just get a hammer, kunk.
Yeah.
So you don't remember anything after about 2014.
2014, yeah.
I don't remember anything from yesterday.
I'll be back. I'm just gonna refresh, guys.
You're fresh. What? Your diaper? Oh, he's gone.
Bye,
The
Steve.
horror movie where the bad guy gets his power from electricity sockets.
They made a movie.
Oh, yeah. What was that called? Not the Reanimator.
No.
Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah. I know the movie you're
That's a
talking
good
about.
film, though. Reanimate is a good film.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I remember
Pulse.
Powder? Was it
Pulse.
Powder?
There's two versions of Pulse. There's the American remake, but the Japanese version is amazing.
Right.
What about Ring? The Japanese Ringu.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I haven't watched it. I've heard of
I
the
like that.
film, though.
Ring-a-doo!
Ring, yeah. Tell you
That
film
wasn't
I-
a found footage, was it? Ring.
Was Ring a found footage? No, I don't think. But it was.
It was to do with a videotape, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, you put the tape in, and then the thing
That's it.
crawls out your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie, the Ring, was filmed in my hometown up in Washington. At least parts of it were. I think I told
Really?
you about that, like the house, the farmhouse in that movie where that had the well. Wasn't actually on an island at all. It was in the middle of a farmland like area.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that horror movie that they filmed in the tube?
Oh, the
Cube?
one with Billy Jones.
I was gonna say Cube.
No, it had that Franca Portenti in it. I can't remember the name of the movie, but they filmed that in one of the stations that I used to work at, and I could, because I knew the layout of the station, I could tell where all the cuts were made.
Right.
So, like, basically, they only filmed like 10 minutes worth of footage in the station itself. The rest was all like sets and stuff. Just totally made a Creep. Midnight Rider says Creep. That's it. Creep. Wasn't a bad movie. Wasn't a bad movie.
Isn't that about a bloke who's like
Good night, Eric.
killing people in the tube?
Yes. Yeah.
That's got Billy Jones in it then.
No, that's another one. That's the Clyde Barker one, isn't it? That's Midnight. What's that called? Midnight Meat Train. Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train. Yeah, which is also a very good movie.
So when was this movie made?
Which one?
The one with the killings in the tube.
Creep. That's quite an old one as well, I think.
Yeah, that's old.
Creep is a cool flick.
2004, maybe.
I love that flick.
Creep.
What do I got here?
2004. 2004.
Barry, have you ever seen this?
He's gonna get his dick out now. I told you this would be a mess if I come on.
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but that looks awesome. And you've got it on Blu-ray as well.
Oh yeah. You want
What's
to
it
talk
called?
about
Blu-ray in a black case.
Anthropophagus? And you talking about fucked up scenes. There's a scene in this flick where this cannibal starts eating the fetus of a woman who's pregnant. It's pretty gory.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
It depends what part of the world you're in, Steve.
That's like that Massacre of Nanking
Yeah.
movie. Did you ever see that Nanking massacre from like, I think it was
Oh, yeah.
80s?
I read the original book, and
Yeah,
the book was
the
written by
Massacre
a
of
woman.
Nanking.
Yeah, the book was written by somebody called Iris Chang. And obviously, to
Iris
write the
Chang,
book, she
yeah.
had to do like a load of research.
Yeah,
And she got so
so into it.
that she ended up killing
Yeah.
herself. She couldn't deal
Yeah.
with it.
That's
There's a
right.
lot of
and
fucked up shit.
atrocity.
Yeah, a lot of fucked
Yeah.
up shit. Well, there's a scene in that movie where one of the Japanese soldier bayonets like this pregnant woman and fucking like pulls the fucking baby out on the end of his bayonet.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty.
If you want to see a harrowing war film like that, I can't remember the title, but it's the one. Is it The Flowers of War with Christian?
The Flowers
Bale?
of Wool. Yeah, you're right.
And they've got a whole scene there where the Japanese soldiers basically tie a Chinese a woman, obviously, to a chair, and it's unwatchable. It's so horrendous. It's just, and it's a shame because the movie is so good. Like, it's a really poignant.
That one scene just ruins the whole film. Like,
Well,
I don't know if it ruins it, but the thing is, it's I guess a point of showing you the reality of being in that sort of scenario.
It's like shock and horror. Like,
Yeah.
like pure.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's the Vietnam War film where they
Which one? Which one?
it's one of so many.
they cover up the rape and murder of a Vietnamese girl? I can't remember the name. Is it Tom Berenger? Isn't it? Maybe?
Oh,
Maybe it's
Hamburger.
not Tom Berenger.
It's not
Hill.
Hamburger. It's
not a
Hamburger.
Hamburger Hill, is it? No, not
it's
Hamburger
Hill.
Hill. I know what you're talking about. Oh my God, what's the name of that movie again?
I can't remember
Platoon.
the name.
Platoon.
Not
Mm,
Platoon.
not Platoon.
Is it Michael J? The one with Michael J. Fox in? Maybe.
It's not Full Metal Jacket.
No.
No, that's not got a rape scene in it.
No.
Jacket.
No.
It's not Platoon. It's
I can't remember the name.
I mean, you certainly couldn't put that past Stanley Kubrick to have a scene like that, but no, it wasn't Full Metal Jacket.
wasn't Full Metal Jacket. No. I'm just like going through all the like Vietnam War movies that I
Yeah.
think
I mean,
I
there's
think,
a lot of them, isn't
Michael J. Fox was in it. I think.
Michael J. Oh,
I think.
there is a film with him in it.
I could
I
be
know-
wrong.
There is a film with him in it. Yeah, I know. I've
a
seen
war
it.
movie, a Vietnam War movie.
There's a Vietnam
Michael
War
J.
movie.
Fox.
Michael
Midnight
J.
Riders
Fox.
says casualties of war. That's it.
Casualties of War. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I might have to watch that one then. I haven't seen it.
I think you guys mentioned it on your last show. What's that Tim Robbins Vietnam movie? The one that it's a horror movie. It's got Macaulay Culkin in it.
Whoa.
We mentioned it.
Yeah, you were talking about it. It's got the LSD experiment, the ladder, Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder.
That's one of my favorite movies.
I love that
horror movie.
That movie is so psychologically fucked up. It's so cool.
It's
Yeah.
like a Francis Bacon painting. The
Yeah.
movie itself is like a painting. It's amazing.
Tell you another one.
Apart from Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah.
he's a
Is
cunt.
it?
I'm sorry, I'm part of my language.
Don't. I agree.
I shouldn't be. I told you it'd be a mess.
No, it's fine.
It's just lowered the whole thing. Like
We're used
Sorry,
to
John.
it. Barry, we're used to it. Alex, I'd highly recommend that if you have not seen that Jacob's Ladder.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely worth watching that.
You'd really like that.
Thin Red Line
watched
is
it.
a World War II movie.
I haven't seen that in years, man. Thin Red Line.
Thin Red Line is so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So
Another
well
one
done.
I-
Without like it
another
doesn't
one I
have like
like
a
watching.
lot of warfare type combat stuff, but man, it really is a great movie.
If you want to watch
It really gets
another
into the
dark,
characters' heads. You get into their mindsets.
Yeah, Midnight Rider. I agree. I do like Exorcist Part 3. I think it
the huge pair of surgical scissors. Yeah, it cuts whole bird's head off. Like
a lot of people I don't know. It's like Exorcist and that's it. Because obviously Part 2 fucking blew chunks. But Part 3, I thought it was a good recovery.
yeah, three brought it back, didn't it?
George C. Scott. I mean, have you come on, you guys have you ever seen the movie The Changeling?
I saw it years ago once.
I saw the remake.
Oh no, not the remake. You get the original with
it.
George C. Scott. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it
hot.
years ago. I watched it, and I say, it's one of those films I watched once, and that's it.
Oh, such a cool flick.
Really.
I mean, one of the films that messed with me the most when I was younger, just because, like, the premise of it was The Thing,
yeah.
the John Carpenter one.
Yeah.
So like, the thing that messed with me most was like the idea that anything could be an alien, and you can't know until it starts.
You don't know until you
get
put electrical
So,
current.
so, so Barry,
Yeah.
you're going through life thinking that these people could be aliens, man. No.
Hey,
Or
that-
your dog.
That film's just come
your
out in
dog,
4K.
your dog, yeah.
The thing's just come out in 4K. They just released
Has
it in
it?
4K.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely
Probably
worth
rough.
getting on 4K.
Dude, there was
Yeah,
a
man.
Xbox game that came out, the thing, and it was a really good game.
Yes, I had that. Dan, that was
Yeah.
a really good game.
It was
Really
a good game.
Very
Yeah.
atmospheric.
Yes, yeah, and it actually got you had a lot of jump scares and stuff.
Great game.
Yeah, good game, man. Shit, yeah. The Thing.
I-
John Carpenter is just a brilliant.
Oh
The
yeah.
Fog. The Fog is another good
Fog,
film
yeah.
of his.
The Fog.
Oh, the fog's incredible, man.
The Fog's getting a 4K release as well soon, apparently.
Yeah,
as well.
classic flick. It's funny because I just found the very first release VHS release of it in my collection. I forgot I had
Really?
it from
Wow.
Magnet Video. It came out before it was released in the theaters because it was supposed to have a December 1979 release, and then it was pushed back to February 1980.
Yeah.
And they had released the pressing of press VHS. Back then, they didn't have screeners; they had press, and Magnetic released it. So,
All right.
classic flick, though.
Oh, good film, man.
Oh yeah. And and a lot of people slag Halloween 3. I fucking love it. And
Fuck me, man. Halloween 3's a
There's
fucking
a new one
Is
coming out
Halloween
this year.
3 the one with the masks? Is that
with
the
the
one?
masks, and I get it.
Amazing movie.
I loved it. And
Amazing movie.
people
There's a
slag it
new Halloween movie coming
8
out.
more
this year.
days till Halloween.
Yeah. There is a new Halloween out. There is a new Halloween. Yes,
Coming
it
out
came
this
last
coming
year.
out this
Yeah.
year. It's not out
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, there's another one coming out, is there?
Well,
Yeah,
there's
there's
is there two more? I think there's two more in total coming out, or is there one more?
I know there's one that's just come out last year.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
that one, and then
Yeah,
There's a 2022 planned release.
is there?
I think
Yeah.
there was three in total that they were filming, and that was it. So I think this one that just came out was the second one, and now
Right.
there's a third one coming out this year.
I didn't know they'd already made one.
Yeah,
thought they'd
you
made
had the well, I don't want to say the original, but the original one that came out 2 years ago, and then you had the one that came out the sequel to that,
right. So
that-
right, I get it. Yeah.
and then
It's called
now they have
It's called Halloween Ends.
Halloween
Yeah.
ends.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the last one that comes out this year. I say last one, but it's not going to be the last one.
Halloween Ends
How
Part
could
16
they
again.
Do you remember they made that debacle called Freddy v Jason?
Yeah.
And you think, well, there's nothing ever going to come out after that, like, and they did.
Come on.
Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
Oh,
Oh, shit, is
God.
that?
What? The only good thing about that film is the effects.
The
yeah.
effects are good,
That's
yeah.
it.
I'll give you
Everything
that.
else is shit.
It drove me nuts when they put those things together, like Predator versus Alien. Come on. I can't stand it when they do shit like that.
It's terrible, man.
Prometheus. Prometheus.
I mean,
Fantastic movie.
The original
Prometheus.
Predator
I
is so
love
good.
That was
The
a
ori- the
right,
original
man, that's a
Predator
good film.
is
man,
so
that was a
good.
great
film.
flick.
Yeah,
I
it's
loved
good.
it, man.
I got that
Yeah.
on Blu-ray as well,
So
like Dolby
the
Atmos.
engineers, like the whole thing, man, is like so
Yeah, man.
big. Like the scale of everything was just huge.
And it makes you. It really makes you think. It really makes you think about us. Period. And that's what I love it. He
Yeah.
actually makes you think. And people are, what the hell's this? What's he trying to do with the Alien franchise? What?
Yeah.
Seriously?
he's
it makes
setting up.
sense.
He's setting up like a canon. He's world
Setting
building.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
great
loved
world
it.
building.
Here it is. Here it is from the start. That's what it is, isn't
Yeah.
it? Really, like
Well, if you
see the
watch
first
Alien
video.
Covenant, there's a whole load of kind of religious themes going on there,
Which one?
and it's kind of all getting
Alien
Alien
Covenant.
Covenant.
Yeah. Alien.
It kind of gets in the way of the story, I think. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it, for me, gets in the way of telling the
No,
story.
I hear you. It
This
does.
whole thing with two Davids and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah.
And he offers him the flute, and he says, "You do the fingering," which is the single most sexual line I've ever seen in a Ridley Scott movie.
What is it about
Fuck me.
asking to play the flute that makes people laugh? I have no idea. No.
Because it's just the camp way it's done.
It's just camp, isn't it? Yeah.
It's totally unnecessary. It doesn't
Alex,
No,
add
it is.
anything to the story.
It's totally out there. Like, what? Yeah, why?
Alex, pull your flute out.
But earlier in the movie, I
Yeah.
think the other David loses a hand or something, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think-
maybe
yeah.
that's where it comes from. I don't know.
Hey, gent, I gotta get going. I'm getting
All
tired.
right, Alex.
Have a good night, guys. Enjoy the show.
Alex.
Right.
Good night, Alex.
Sure.
Thanks for having me on.
You know, I love the direction that Ridley has taken the fucking Aliens franchise in.
And I just heard recently they're going to do a Blade Runner TV series now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they
saw
have,
that.
John. I think they
Have
have.
they done it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that Ridley's actually involved.
I think
with
it's
it
an
as well, isn't he?
animated one, maybe.
Oh no,
There's
it's
I
live
know
action.
Ridley Scott's actually getting involved with it.
Yeah, there's a
He's
live
doing it.
action one coming for is it
Yeah.
Netflix or no? Or is it Amazon? One of the two, Prime or
Prime, I
Netflix.
think Prime's doing it. Yeah.
That
Yes,
and
yeah.
of course you've got the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Sorry, do you guys remember the Virgin Media? The Virgin Blade Runner computer game? Do you remember that?
No.
I don't know.
From around 99, possibly.
Mm.
Lord of the
No.
Rings is
It's-
getting a live action series.
Is it?
Which
Yeah,
one?
it's the Lord of the Rings Ring of Power, or the Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings of Power is what the series is called. But man,
Really?
it's like it has the same budget that the movies did.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's fucking crazy.
crazy.
Like,
Fuck me,
Yeah.
that could be worth
yeah, it's
watching
fucking
then.
amazing.
But that-
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Well, I don't know. I like the
a
films.
lot
Like,
of
there's
CGI.
no doubt about it.
A lot of CGI.
I like
It's
the
more
films.
Hobbit. It's more of the Hobbit than the original.
Yeah, and I like Hobbits as well. The Hobbits are fucking brilliant, man. They are.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
dude, wow, it looks epic. It looks epic. You know?
Yeah, sounds it,
Yeah.
mate. Sounds
Even
it.
the new Jurassic World movie looks fucking epic.
Is there a Jurassic World? Is there? Oh my
Jurassic
god!
Jurassic World
Fuck me,
Dominion
like,
looks fucking epic.
Come
dude.
on, you guys can't wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
do you know what? I
No, I
don't
can.
know.
I can
don't
wait
know.
for that.
After hearing about the other ones that have just been out recently, the what's it, Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. Yeah, I think it might be worth watching. Like,
Yeah,
I
that'd be
like
good.
the Mandalorian. You know, the Mandalorian. You know, the
It was brilliant. I thought. I liked it.
the ending was just what the fuck. It brought chills to my fucking bones, man.
But they ended
And-
up
At the
they
end
ended
of
up
the day,
firing some people on there,
I
didn't
think the story needs to be done, like, because the first three films were fucking shit of the Star Wars
The
with Obi-Wan.
prequels.
The prequels, like, they're fucking shit, man. So
And then the
yeah, I won't
sequels.
mind seeing something dedicated to Obi-Wan, like, definitely.
they? No,
Yeah.
I saw this on YouTube. I've never seen it on any like DVD extras or anywhere else. But there's a video of George Lucas in a meeting room, and he's just come out of the cutting room from the Phantom Menace.
Right.
Basically, the person doing the editing is obviously having trouble assembling a meaningful movie out of the stuff.
Movie, yeah.
Footage in this sort of boardroom, which I assume is possibly Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah,
George Lucas himself is admitting that basically, I think I've gone too far here.
yeah.
Movie is
He
unrested.
did say that. He turns to the
I
camera.
think he should have made him at the fucking start. He started off, man. He had to get that big thing in. Get Alec Guinness in, who slagged it off like. this
Didn't
film's
Alice
never
Guinness
gonna go
get
anywhere.
like 2% of the box office receipts or something?
Yeah, right. This is going to go nowhere.
Yeah,
I mean, he should have
$10
done
billion later.
he should have done the first three, man. He should have done them before he done the.
Fucking Jar Jar
yeah,
made
but he's
a mistake.
Yeah,
Come on, it's
Well,
just like
I
Jack
think not
Nicholson
even that.
with Batman. Look at how much he took away with the merchandise.
Mm.
But
I
Jack
think there-
Nicholson
I think
was
there are
good, though,
hints.
wasn't he?
In Star Wars, there are hints that it kind of didn't go according to plan. So, like, if you look at the character of Yoda, obviously that was a comic character when it was introduced to the audience. And then by the end of the last prequel, he was like this super Jedi master with all these spinning shit. But they they obviously took like a massive 90-degree right turn on the character.
Fucking right, man. They went right out
somewhere in the writing room, you know, and for the better, obviously.
That was all because someone mentioned in the original ones that the best saber fighter or the best swordsman in the galaxy was Yoda.
Right.
And so they had to build on that, right? They're like, oh, we have to show him actually doing something in order to hold the claim, you know.
And he was.
And so they showed him flip a dude and all around.
Flip a dude around and fucking say, you know, have a go at the Dark Lord, wasn't it? The Sith Lord.
Christopher Lee as Count Dooku.
I think with
he was like 88 or something, wasn't he?
When Christopher Lee came in, I was like, here we go.
And he's got
that
a curved
lightsaber. He was supposed to be a good guy originally.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he wasn't even supposed to be. He wasn't even supposed to be Sith or evil or anything.
No, it wasn't, because I mean, at the end of the day, he was what we call grabbed by the Sith. Like that's with Dooku, isn't it? He was a Jedi. He was a Jedi master. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
And he wasn't necessarily as bad as Anakin, because Anakin scissor cuts his head off with two sabers. Remember?
Exactly. That's only But that's only because
his head off.
But that's only because Matey says to him, "Finish him." You know,
finish him.
You know, the one thing I always look for in the Star Wars, you know, watching all the prequels and shit like that, is the same effect. You know, the original series brought when I was a kid watching them, and none of them ever did that. None of them, you know, was able to recreate that sort of special feeling. No. And I think, like I said, with watching The Mandalorian and that scene with Luke Skywalker and all that shit, honestly, I think that was the moment that I said, holy shit, this guy gets, you know, the point of Star Wars.
He gets it. They did it right.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They almost did it with, what was it called? Star Wars Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, Rogue One, I like Rogue One. It's brilliant film.
The ending of that movie,
slicing through rebels like
like nothing. Like that is when you see him come at the end, like Vader just comes in, you just think
the lightsaber comes on the
here we go, like
up. He's on.
He's like that proper fucking Vader, like wow. It's like he's lifting people up as well.
But John, I have to point out that I agree with everything you've just said, apart from when you get to the very end and then they CGI in Carrie Fisher. And you just think, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but she was already dead. Like,
it was the old dude that they CGI'd in that one too. They general. General. Yeah.
I've forgotten the character's name.
But guess who's in that? Guess who's in Rogue One?
Peter Cushing, isn't it?
Peter Cushing.
Isn't Adrian Edmondson actually in Rogue One as well, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's on the.
Fucking hell! I never.
Yeah, I think Adrian Edmondson's in it as well. Yeah.
I knew Daniel Craig was in it.
Daniel Craig came in The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
Oh, Force Awakens, right? Yeah, that's right. And he was shitting.
He was in The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
he's a stormtrooper.
He was a stormtrooper. He was
one
actually
Ray
on
tries
set
to do
that
his.
day. Yeah, he's on set that day, and mate said to him, "Yeah, you can go in," and he actually comes on as a cameo.
Well, there's a rumor, and this may be folklore, I don't know, but there is a rumor because Prince Harry and William visited the film set,
right?
And the story, or the legend, if you like, is that they secretly stuck them in as stormtroopers. So in theory, they may well be in that movie.
You never know.
So they actually like paid a royal visit to the film set. I think was it not
What was
Shepherd?
that?
Where was it filmed? Somewhere in North London here.
It's filmed in whatchamacallit, where Carry On films were filmed.
Yeah, that's right.
And they really fucked up with that Captain Phasma character in the sequels, in the newer Star Wars. You know, Captain Phasma, she's wearing the chrome armor.
Yeah.
Chrome stormtrooper armor. Which the chrome stormtrooper armor is like laser proof, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's like lightsabers can't cut through
Lightsaber, cut right through it.
Yeah, and they made her so fucking lame. She just dies gosh, she could have been so cool and had such a.
She could have gone out with a fight.
They're trying to make another Boba Fett with her. I think they're trying to make another Boba Fett. They're like, let's make her really cool, but kill her in a really cheap way, and people will be like, "Bring back Captain Phasma! Bring back!"
Yeah.
No, she did.
She died. Fucking she didn't put up a fight.
She did. God, terrible. Yeah, it could have been so good. That whole fucking series is just terrible. And then you see like Mark Hamill, right? You see Mark Hamill like, oh, I wanted to bring, you see the interview with him, and he's like, we wanted to, bring that feel of the old movies back.
Washing break. I'll be back in a sec, guys.
And you see him break when everybody like discounts what he wants, and they want the new with nothing to do with the old storyline and shit, right? And he just shudders and covers his face like this in front of fucking a shit ton of people. He's like trying to tell everybody like, I tried to save it, and they're like, boo, you don't know what you're talking about. He said I tried to tell him, think of the fans, think of what the fans would want, and they said no, we're not gonna think of the fans. Fuck the fans.
No, we just want to do it. Fuck the fans, yeah.
And everybody
imagine at the very first script reading, can't you? Like Mark Hamill hands back the script and says, "This is terrible." And say $10 million. And he said, "No, it's still terrible. $50 million. Yeah, it's all right. 100 million. Yeah, I'll do it.
100 million. I'll just give you the last part of the film, like.
Yeah, I'll do it, and I'll do the press afterwards.
He only did one
movie
scene.
Ever made.
The Force Awakens. He's in the last 5 minutes, isn't he?
Indeed.
Well, he just shit talks those movies. He's already paid, but all he does is shit talk those movies. He knows they're terrible.
Which is the second one? The humor is just totally inappropriate.
The last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. Yeah, you find out like he's force projecting himself.
That's right. Somehow, yeah.
They try and play it as a humorous. No, mate, he's trying to save the fucking galaxy. It's not funny at all.
No, hey.
But bring back those Asian girls because they were quite interesting. That was a joke, by the way. That was a joke.
The girls with the balloon heads.
I'm fucking joking.
Balloon tentacle heads. You don't see many of them anymore.
The Rise of Skywalker. Now everybody slags that film off. I do kind of like it in parts. But when they do the Millennium Falcon, the Millennium Falcon's going through time warp. Was it? He called it time warps or something where they actually jump through time. In the Millennium Falcon, and they're going hyper. Was it hyperdrive?
Hyperspace, some shit.
Hyperspace, the fucking Millennium Falcon. Yeah, like it's never been done before.
Yeah, but like every boy of my age had the Star Wars toys and the figures and everything, and the Millennium Falcon because it was a large spaceship. So like for me, and I'm guessing for a lot of other people or boys around my age, it was kind of a treasured toy.
It's worth money.
And then obviously in the first movie, Ray turns around and sort of says, it's a pile of junk.
Yeah.
That was my favourite fucking spaceship. Actually,
I'll tell you something, like when I saw that in the fucking in the first film, like when I seen the Millennium Falcon come through, I fucking cried.
Yeah,
I cried when I saw that. I was like,
did you?
Oh yeah, when I saw it in the first film, like
garbage will do.
Have you seen?
There it is.
The Lego model.
Millennium Falcon.
There's a Lego. They've done a special edition Lego version of it. It's like 800. I think it's £800.
800 quid, and there's 1,000.
I think it might be a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
it comes in like 6 boxes.
I've heard they're worth money. If you can find one that's unfucking molested, they're worth big money.
Right.
The original toys,
especially the original toys. And I also
with the stickers on
years-
them and everything.
Get this, like from years ago, when they first did Star Wars in '77, right? They had so much toys for it that they fucking buried them in the desert somewhere, like. There was so much of them, like they got rid of half of them, like they thought, they're buried somewhere, like.
Punchers, download Randonauticus to your phone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Go look. They're in the desert. There's no word of a lie. They're in the desert.
You're gonna make us a fortune, Punchers.
There's a load of fucking toys like from Star Wars, from the
I wouldn't
original
doubt
film,
that.
buried in a fucking somewhere, like there was so many of them.
I can remember as a big thing as a kid, the Emperor, the figure, you had to send off for that. And I don't know what you had to do to send off for it. Maybe you had to cut the backs off the cardboard, the backing thing, cut that off, or something.
I always remember.
And
the
they
one
sent
that
me
was
the
hard
Emperor.
to get hold of was Boba Fett. Boba Fett was the hardest one to get hold of. He's worth
The rarest
money.
Star Wars toy ever made is an Ewok, right? One of those little Ewoks. Right. And with the little robe, and he's got like a plastic cape. I don't remember. There's two versions.
There's two
the original
versions,
version was the original version was like an actual fabric cape, and then
yes, I had the fabric one. Yeah.
And I don't remember which one of them is worth. It's like the rarest toy on earth or something.
Oh, it's the rarest one. It's a rare. Yeah, you're right. It is just rare.
Because it's like nobody wants the Ewok.
No one wants
and now
the
you
Ewok,
have to think about that when you're buying collector toys. You have to think, what are the ones that nobody wants, right?
And
Those are the ones
worth
that
money.
are going to become valuable.
right,
man. They are.
Yeah, in the same vein, a friend of mine had the Ewok Village. Do you remember that? You could like buy the play set. Yeah, the Ewok
play set. Yeah.
I wasn't impressed with it when I saw it, but now in retrospect, yeah, it probably is worth a lot of money.
Come on, the Millennium Falcon
is worth money.
Yeah, Millennium Falcon toy. If you have all the pieces,
nothing from the new stuff though is worth money.
It costs money, John, but it's not worth money. Money.
Out of all the action figures, which one did you guys want the most?
Captain No. I liked Kylo Ren, the new one.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I thought Kylo Ren was a really good character until you see him take his helmet off 5 times in the first 20 minutes. Yeah. And then you're like, what the fuck? This is just a dude.
They're constantly ripping on him for wearing the helmet when he doesn't need to.
Yeah. Oh, what's the name? It rips him. Take that thing off, like.
Yeah,
take the fucking stupid helmet off. It looks ridiculous.
Take the stupid helmet off.
and then he smashes it up, and then he puts it back together, and it's got like all the red.
That's
right. Yeah. What about you, Steve? What's your favorite figure?
You know what? I've always been a Boba Fett fan.
And I was just saying earlier on, he was worth money. He was worth money, Boba Fett.
I think from the beginning, or Tarkin, or Grand. What's his name?
Oh, Tarkin.
Tarkin. Sorry,
Grand
Tarkin.
Yeah.
Did you know you can make your own Sarlacc pit out of a fleshlight? Did you know that? I'm just joking.
Hold on a second. I've got one over here. Hold on.
I told you if you let me on it, it'd be a mess. I told you that, man.
Oh, you don't
haven't had that much to drink either.
Barry, we're used to messes here. I'm telling you, we're used to it.
I'm probably
controversy.
Never watched this again.
It's glad I'm glad to finally have you on, for crying out loud. Even though if it's just an open forum, it's good to have you.
No,
on.
I appreciate you inviting me.
I
probably wouldn't have come on if these two lunatics hadn't.
I had to come on. Like I've watched two of these before. Like right, I've watched 2 of these before, and no one's come up. So I thought, I've got to come up.
Alex is always going, I think everyone seems a little intimidated by the bald heads.
Shave your head and grow a goatee. Nobody will ever mess with you again.
I did, but it's white. I don't like that. Can't handle it.
Steve. Mine too, man.
I might have to die. It's funny when I was, I think I was like 19 or 20, I decided to go into a hairdresser and have my goatee dyed into a flame.
Wow.
And what a mistake that was.
It sounds awesome.
It turned out great, but the thing is, I was so high after the experiment, it just, oh my God, I walked out of there. I'm like, holy, oh my God. I was literally fucking high. Never do it again. I figured everyone was doing, mohawks and everything else. I figured, let's try a goatee, turn it into a flame. It turned out great, but oh man,
It does sound cool.
I'll probably pay for it.
I remember the first time I dated a woman who told me she had a landing strip. And I was very curious to know what a landing strip was until I actually saw it.
So seen
and
it.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that a landing strip? Grow a bush, love.
It's
Landing
just a strip of bush that points to the landing zone.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing worse than having an hairy one, because you get all sorts of shit from that. And I suffered from that before, I got a big rash on my face,
Steve, this is going sideways, mate.
It is, isn't it?
I gotta go see a man about dog.
I'm waiting for them to cut us off here. No.
I apologize to YouTube.
I really do wish
to the universe.
I really do wish one of them, one of my exes, did have a landing strip, because having a full-on bush was fucking dangerous.
No, folks,
What the fuck is this?
I love it.
Fucking Black and Decker downstairs.
I even shaved the bird once. I got the fucking rate.
Mowing the lawn.
I said, I got a shaver here.
Watch out for that.
After getting an infection at the side of my face, I was like, fucking no way, never again. So get the shaver out.
Oh man.
On that note, I gotta go.
Imagine that. Do you mind a minute, just before I start?
Yeah, I gotta go. I'll be back.
Your pussy's a little frightened back there.
Punches, thanks a lot. Take it easy.
Yeah, take care, Punches.
See you later.
Take care, man.
Brilliant, eh?
Oh, shit. Oh man.
Moving on.
That was a really good movie. I enjoyed that movie.
So what did you do for work today?
Oh man.
She got a slight thrill out of it as well, It was like a vibrator.
Oh.
Vibrator with a fucking razor on it.
Oh. How come I can hear the Benny Hill theme starting any second here?
God, I can't believe I got away with it.
Do you know, I downloaded TikTok again today. I always download it, and then I get addicted to it, so I have to delete it from my phone.
Oh, I'm the same way.
And I downloaded it again today, and the very first clip that auto played on my sort of roll was a sketch from the old Kenny Everett the Kenny Everett Experience.
Television.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh, right, yeah.
And it was basically Kenny Everett leaning against the post box.
Okay.
And that's do you remember Cleo Rocco, the sexy woman?
Yeah.
She walks up to him and she says, "What'd she say? He says, "Can I help you with something?" And he says, "Yes, you can help me with this." And just like very Monty Python-esque, she snapped off his arm and just walked off.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's absolute quality.
Oh God, he was quality. You know?
So funny, so
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, right. Barry Cryer wrote some of the stories, some of that as well. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen any of that stuff.
Oh mate, you missed out. Like
Yeah,
watch Kenny Everett.
Definitely. Kenny Everett. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll have to track it down.
Well, he was a disc jockey, wasn't he, for BBC Radio 1?
Radio 2 and Radio 1. Yeah. He was booted off Radio 1 in '68.
Like he was an insider in the Beatles story.
Yeah.
So,
oh, really?
He knew them all very well.
Well, he was also a big one with Queen as well, because
Queen, that's right.
Bohemian Rhapsody was 6.5 minutes long. Yeah. And he played it on Capitol non-stop, like you know. After once you finished, put it on again, mate. Let's listen to it again, right?
Yeah, he did it. That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
Played it
he played
twice,
it. He played it once about 5 times, I think it was. Played it in the go, like.
Yeah, I just harken back to the dry humor of Dave Allen.
Oh, Dave Allen was fucking hilarious.
Dave Allen was a bit before my time.
Irish, yeah,
fucking
man.
Loved him, man.
Was he the guy who used to like always have a whiskey?
Yes,
and he had in his hand,
right.
missing finger.
Missing finger.
Yeah.
He used to sit always on BBC Two all the time, like
always skits making fun of the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
yes.
Taking a rip. Yeah, ripping the shit out of the Catholic Church.
Classic, man.
Classic.
Right.
Fucking love that show, man.
There's only one scene I always remember. He had a scene like he's like in the house. He's got his daughter in the lounge, and she's going, "Daddy, wave, Daddy, wave," and he's going, "Hey, what?" And he then waves, and a fucking great load of water comes in the
house. Yes, Father Ted. Yeah, Midnight Rider. Yeah, Father Ted.
Drink.
What are his characters?
Thick arse.
There's only one of them left now, isn't there? Only one left now, isn't it? I think even old boy who played that.
I don't know. I know that Father Ted used to live here, in town where I am, and he was well known for being sort of seen locally. And then he died. I think he died at the very end of Father Ted, didn't he? When they finished, they wrapped it up, and then he died
after it finished. He died the week after, like
yeah, that's right.
Fucking, I think the 70s probably had some of the most. When I think of British comedy, I think I always harken back to the 70s.
If you ever want to watch anything in the 70s, like British comedy, watch The Goodies.
The Goodies, yeah. Goodies, Monty Python.
Monty Python. Well, they're the 60s. Start of the 70s.
70s, yeah.
And then the Goodies took over like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I remember I don't know why, because I was a big Doctor Who fan, and I don't like the new series too much. I'm partial to John Pertwee and Tom Baker and all that kind of stuff. I fucking love them, and I don't know what it was. I remember watching. They'd always show it over here on a couple stations, PBS in the US and TVO here in Canada. But one show I started watching, I don't know why the fuck I started watching it, but I got hooked on it in the beginning, was the EastEnders.
Really?
What? In the beginning. And then I just said, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah. I watched it at the start.
You know what it is? It's because it shows you sort of everyday life in the East End of what was it? The East End of London. What was the name of
of London? Like Walford.
Walford. And I mean, here I am, like descended English descendant. I've never been over there, and I got to get my ass over there. And it's like, I fuck. Hey, look at I guess the next best thing is watching a show like that, sort of give you a gist of what things were like in that sort of area.
I'm like you. I liked it when it first started.
Yeah.
And then I saw as it got in later into the 80s, and then Leslie Grantham left, and then they brought him back from the dead. as Dirty Dan.
On
And you're
Christmas
going,
Day, yeah.
yeah, and you're thinking, what the fuck's going on with this? Like, and then I sort of stopped watching it. Like, I haven't watched it now for nearly 20 years.
Same.
And the same with Coronation Street. I haven't watched that for 20,
Fucking
20
every
years.
fucking Sunday here. Every Sunday here, they'd show Coronation Street.
Do they?
Emmerdale's another one.
Still.
I am
can't
never
watch
visiting
that.
your country, Steve.
Well, I don't even
That's a
watch
joke,
it, but I
though.
mean, I CBC, which is I guess the Canadian version of BBC. Because
yeah, go on.
no, go ahead.
There's another one that no one people tend to forget, and that's Brookside. You would never have seen Brookside.
Brookside, no, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Brookside.
and that was based in Liverpool, and that was real. That was almost like real.
A chimpanzee could follow UK soaps. Yep.
Yep, agreed.
Over here, there was, and I fucking hated soaps. Don't get me wrong. I don't like
Same
soaps,
here.
but like I said, it just gave me a glimpse into UK life. But there was a soap somewhat of a soap over here in Canada that was amazing. And it was called Strange Paradise. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I never.
And basically, Strange Paradise was placed on an island in the Caribbean, where a family was dove into the occult, and it was actually a really cool fucking series, man. Very dark. And people, it ran for I think 2 seasons, 3 seasons, something like that. But pretty eerie. And this was the 70s, mid to late 70s. So if I think you can watch them on YouTube. Pretty cool.
Do you know the only thing I ever watched that I really enjoyed was Third Watch, which was the offshoot of ER.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's based on the 55 precinct in New York. And it ran for 1995, I think it ran to 2005, and then they axed it, got rid of it, and it was really gritty. It was about three things. It was about the fire brigade, the ambulance, and the police on the 55 precinct, and it was like based about 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock shift every day, like, and it ran. I think it ran for 6 seasons. Yeah.
I remember Saint Elsewhere. I used to watch that.
Yeah, I would say Elsewhere was fucking great.
Saint Elsewhere, yeah. I mean, that was classic. I don't think I ever really got into it. I mean, I watched an episode here and there, but I never really got into it.
What was the other one that used to be on? Because you guys had a conversation about Prisoner Cell Blockade a while ago, and it used to be on late night British TV.
Yeah, Googie Withers Within These Walls.
There used to be Homicide: Life on the Street.
Homicide: Life on the Street.
Then there was something else after that, and then it used to be Prisoner Cell Blockade, and then I used to go to bed.
Really?
And if they had snooker on, then I'd stay up and watch the snooker extra.
I always remember Within These Walls. That was like early 70s. Like that was with Googie Withers. Like, and it was like the English version of Prisoner Cell Block H, but made around the same time as Cell Block H. To be honest, to be frank, like, because we had it in England and they had theirs in Australia.
Oh, Midnight Rider brings up the 1984 version of V. Yes, I loved it. I loved it, man.
Yeah,
V was fucking great.
That was a great series, man.
Yeah, and a bit creepy as well.
Oh, here we go. What kind of fun are we gonna have here? Here, guys. Here we go. Welcome.
Oh no, could be anybody.
This is Biblical Christological Account 40 Win here with a request for Steve.
Hey, how are you?
Biblically, I'm doing good. So
Biblically, but no, like, just how are you?
Biblically, I'm doing good.
Without saying biblically, how are you?
Biblically, is perfectly valid to avoid confusion, as I'm appealing to objective veracity. So my request contra thou is to repeat the following phrase: "Our God of the Bible is perfect."
Is that it?
Is that it?
Biblically, yes.
Thank you. You can now go and fuck yourself. Goodbye.
Jesus, Barry, man, fucking hell, like.
Sorry, I thought it was my channel for a moment.
Oh, my
Fucking hell,
God.
man. No holding back there,
I won't be
Barry.
back.
I'm sorry. I
They won't
just,
be back. I told you, Steve, it would be a mess if you let me in. It's your fault.
that's fine. I love it. Barry, let me tell you, man, the controversy this show has seen over the years, it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's hilarious. Some of the stuff
It's just got incredible tonight, like.
the stuff that we've gone through. I'm so used to it. Like I said, I was stalked by Mr. Sean, Bishop Sean Manchester. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sean Manchester.
Yeah.
I was stalked by him.
When you say stalked, elaborate.
He's a cyber stalker, and he will search to the ends of the cyber space to find anything about you and use it against you.
Wow.
And simply because I said publicly and on the show that I did not believe his version of the Highgate vampire story. I did not believe in Hammer horror vampires, or the sense of the traditional Dracula vampire sort of thing, which he stated that what that was, and the fact that I was leaning more towards David Ferrant's sort of version of it. And I know they had a rivalry. Obviously they had a rivalry, but and I invited him on the show many times. He would never come on the show and state his views, but he had no problems stalking me and writing articles about me and others, obviously.
So what would you have done if he had come on then, Steve?
I would have been, hey, look at this is your time to talk. Go ahead.
Right.
I don't have a problem with him as a person. I really don't. I just simply did not agree with his sort of scenario with how things played out. And I believe, he states that he stalked the head vampire in a one of the vaults in Highgate Cemetery. And if that's the case, is that not desecration?
So the thing you have to remember about mentally ill people is that you should never engage in conversations with them, because
I never really did. But you know what? He was
mentally ill.
Yeah, man.
Hey Joe, how are you? Sorry, John. I just look at it's not the first time, Barry. I've gone through a lot of guests on here and over the years, and some of the people and some of the calls. I wish I had the audio on me right now. Some of the calls that have come through the show that are just that was
I'm laughing already.
that biblical thing there was just entertaining. That I just find that very entertaining.
Well, he did indeed go fuck himself. So.
Yeah,
That's fine by me.
Biblically. Okay, biblically.
Right. Yeah.
Don't worry, you can replay it later. Yeah. Well, I had my own stalking experience. It's not really the place to talk about it here, but
never is. But I do anyway.
I can say that my experience really kind of changed my perception of a lot of things, including the internet, which is why I'm Degenerate K, which is just a nonsense made up kind of thing that I just thought up in 5 minutes. I mean, I have to give you guys a hint as to who I am. So my name is Barry, but that stalking experience, it's frightening. Like you say, Steve, the lengths that people are willing to go to to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I've been on YouTube now I've had my current YouTube account for just over a year, but I've been probably around for maybe a couple. And and I see some of the dramas and other stuff that happen.
And they're still going on at the moment.
Moving on.
Yeah.
And it's pretty messed up, to be honest.
Barry, I've been on YouTube since almost since the beginning, and not like the show here. This show, we just recently decided to bring it to YouTube and visually sort of give it a presentation over the last year or two. So this platform sort of new. But I mean, I've had my personal YouTube up since, I can't remember, since almost the beginning. And you get it's an ongoing battle.
When did it start? Like, is it 2008? Would it YouTube?
No. It's been going even longer than that. I think it's it's been going. God, YouTube! Somebody please help me out here. YouTube's been going on for quite a while, actually.
Is it not 2004 or 2000?
2004, I think, actually, Barry. I think I think it's 2004.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Could be about right there, yeah.
Where's the wiki?
I seem to recall they sold
2005.
2005, yeah. They sold it not so long after, didn't they?
Yeah.
Made a fucking hell of a lot of money out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, ever since Google took over, it's been a shitstorm.
Terrible.
It's like a lot of things. YouTube was great in the beginning, like a lot of things. I mean, Instagram was great before Facebook took over. I mean, even before Facebook took over, it was starting to falter, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't bother with it.
But I mean that's like a lot of social platforms on the internet now. They see a financial end game, and they
yeah. But have you seen the ones that disappeared over the years, like Bebo?
Yeah, Bebo. Yeah.
No, that was supposed to be like the Facebook replacement, but vanished.
It's amazing how Facebook, how basic it is, has been able to hold on as long as it has.
Because people don't use it for what they built it for.
Exactly.
People use Facebook for the groups part of it, which we did have Yahoo groups many years ago, or BBS, if you go back even further. But essentially, people.
It was something to move from MySpace, wasn't it? Really, like
from there. Yeah. It was like that was where the critical mass of people moved to. So by logic,
MySpace,
if your mates are there, you go there, kind of thing.
MySpace's problem was it just became too muddled. Too much stuff going on, and it just had no sort of rhyme or reason anymore.
No, lost it.
I mean, I don't even use Google. I don't use Google as a search engine. I still use Metacrawler.
Really?
I've been using Metacrawler since for years. I mean, that was always my go-to.
Steve's browser is Netscape, and his computer runs on Windows 3.1.
There you go, Netscape. There's an oldie. Actually, I'm still on AOL. Dial up.
Really? I remember AOL. Like fucking hell. That cost fucking load of money. That did to me. That with AOL.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember years ago, and this is like late 1990s, early 2000s. Microsoft had a chat called Comic Chat.
Yeah.
And basically, you can go into these chat rooms and
you had private chat windows.
You can have
as well,
a private chat, and you were a character. You were a character in a comic strip. So essentially, when you went in, if you said something,
it sounds like Microsoft.
It was, but you know what? It was actually pretty neat.
Right.
The one thing that was neat about Microsoft, I guess, I don't know.
I remember using Microsoft Net Meeting, which was like a very early proto Skype thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I met a couple of birds on there. I did all right off that.
I tell you what, it was nasty. Like if you got somebody who upset you on there, that they'd send you a load of viruses down the fucking chat. Like you get all these viruses.
Well, I don't know who you were hanging out with, John, but
open chat, mate. Open chats, nothing nasty, nothing. It's just open chat.
Now it's like
I'm just teasing. He's very insecure.
you go onto Twitter and you say the wrong thing. Oh my God.
Well,
Twitter
I
is
my
like
wife.
Get your account closed down. Like
I was one of the first people on Twitter. Like my user number was something like 88,000. So I was literally one of the first people on there, and I met my wife through Twitter.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm no longer on Twitter.
I've got a Twitter account. I haven't been on it for years, so
yeah, I'm no longer on Twitter. It's a fucking quagmire of shit. It's horrible.
I keep the Twitters. I mean, I have a personal and I have one for the show, but I hardly use my personal. And I just use the radio show to promote the radio show, and that's it pretty much.
Yeah, I'm the same. I very rarely use it.
A lot of the social media, I promote upcoming shows, and that's pretty much it.
Well, in terms of YouTube, I think that sort of where I am with YouTube is I just do what I want, and people can laugh or mock it or watch it. I don't care.
I think you're brave. You're brave doing your solos on there. Like, I will say that. Right.
I honestly forget what it's like to do solos. I mean, I remember when I first started.
I'm into it. I'm into it. I can do it. I can do it quite easily. But I would never watch them back because they're just.
I remember when.
But I have to. Sorry to cut you off for a moment, there, Steve. I just want to point out that I am the most boring live streamer in the universe. I'm aware of that.
Why is that? Why do you think that? Barry, you're a very intelligent human being, man. I don't understand why you think you're boring.
No, I don't doubt my own intelligence, but I think
people watch you, Barry. Like,
yeah, man.
I might not watch you if you're on for 4 hours talking.
Fuck you, John. You better stop watching.
I will go to bed. Like, I'll be like, fuck, I gotta go to bed.
I'm so down now. Pick me up, somebody.
No, but you have got people watching. There's 20 odd people watching, right? So exactly. It's not like Way I Joe's got like 7 people watching him. Like, he's on for 4.5 hours. Like,
I think I don't think I'm out of order in saying this. Like, obviously, people use YouTube in different ways, and some of the people we're associated with in our kind of world, if you like, they use YouTube in a cathartic way.
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not a fucking therapist, and I don't really want to like hear that. So
I don't want.
Some of it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. Like,
I'm waiting.
Like a certain one who was on last night. Like,
Barry, I'm waiting for you to have a show where you're just going to play nothing but goblin tunes.
I might invite that fucking religious lunatic back on. Let him have his airtime.
I'd hate to do my own life because I would just be playing tunes and it would be flagged up straight away, like copyright strike, like Because I'd just like listen to this.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, the problem is, I think I've thought about this too. It's like in an ideal world, I guess I probably would like to do that. I'd like to have my own very kind of small radio show, I guess, where you can do that. You can get people to call in and you can have some music and do little bits, but YouTube is not the place to do that, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, with copyright bullshit.
But for me personally, I just say that I do my own thing, and I'm old enough to not worry too much about people who laugh or don't want. Yeah, if you don't like my channel, fuck you.
Watch.
every time I go to watch, you're already live. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm glad you said live and not pissed, because I often end up in a terrible state.
We all do.
I always remember like this,
I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
I always remember one night when on Gareth's one of Gareth's streams, like, right. Yeah. And he got tanked up halfway through the night, and it went fucking south, like it went out of control.
Gareth went out of control, or the
No,
show?
no, the whole
show.
fucking, the whole show went out of control.
It's been a few times. I remember
because he was pissed like and everybody else was.
Yeah.
I remember having him on a few times on we had a series of lockdown shows when COVID first started,
Right.
and he would be on, Justin would be on, and we would just shoot the shit about whatever. And we would all get pretty tanked, and by the end of the show we were like, holy fuck, okay, excerpt the last half hour of that, because it just went beyond south. I you know what, dude, I miss Gareth. I really do.
No doubt about it. Same here.
Fucking miss that guy. I really do.
I only kind of got to know Gareth in sort of the last 3 or 4 months before he left, and then I miss him too. Quite frankly.
Yeah. Such a personable guy and easygoing, and it didn't matter what you believed. Your thoughts.
When I first met him, you see, I used to have a different camera angle than what I've got now.
Right.
And he's seen behind me this fucking all these shelves of DVDs.
Right.
And as soon as he mentioned that, he went, "You're a physical media man." Like I just knew we were going to get on.
Ding.
He was a physical media guy, man. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah.
As soon as he said that, he goes, "You're a physical media man." I went, "Yeah, man. I love it."
And that's it.
Yeah, that was it. Once we got on that, oh man, I wanted to do more with it because I did one show with him. Like
you only did one show?
DVD. Yeah, only one show with him doing DVDs, and we were going to do it again, and he died.
How long had you been listening to Mindset?
I listened to a few of them. I will be honest here. I didn't really get into most of the stuff he did, but I have listened to some of them. Some of them were quite,
Well, Gareth used to do the Mindset mornings, and his Mindset mornings I used to look forward to because they would be on in the afternoon here.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
And it was my very early experiments in live streaming, and obviously nobody's coming to your channel, so there's no one watching, there's no one in the chat, you're on your own. But I tried that. So I was on nights. I worked weird shifts, and I was on night shifts this particular week, and I was coming home at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was going live around 8 and just doing half an hour, talking shit to myself basically. But after day number 3, I was like, fuck this is terrible. Like, this is hard work.
Yeah.
When you think about what Gareth was doing, waking up for 5 o'clock in the morning,
5:30 in the morning,
doing that 5 days a week.
5 days a week. Yeah.
The commitment is amazing. So I was really blown out of the water when I tried to emulate it, and he was like, "No, this is too much, man."
The Mindset mornings pretty much started after he had moved into his new place,
right.
And his marriage had pretty much
deteriorated
and everything else, and he was filling in stuff, and he had some time to do it. It's really too bad,
I think it went for his daily trip to work was 20 minutes. What was it? An hour and a half? I think it used to be before that, wasn't it?
But it's when he moved, and he was a lot closer to work, and I remember, like I said, talking to him the week he was sick, and I said, "Fuck, get your ass into the hospital. Stop."
Oh, mate, when I seen that video, I was like, I gave him an email. I said,
I said,
"No, man, go get yourself sorted out."
Even before that, I said, "Dude, I know how you feel about shit, but that doesn't matter right now. You're sick. Go get looked at. Just find out what you have, dude. Just do it." And he just, it was
left it too long, didn't he?
Well, he had underlying condition, right?
I know that from previous things. I know that.
Punches is back.
Hey, Punches.
I'm
just going to grab myself another drink, so I'll be back in a moment.
I know about the kidney issues. I know all about that. He had one removed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something, didn't he? Yeah.
Punches, if you want to come back on, you're more than welcome. We'd love to bring you
I
back.
knew that because that means your immune system's fucking weak, like, you know.
Well, that's the thing, and you know, I'm not
that's
going to
why.
argue. I'm not going to argue, and a lot of people have their have their views on COVID and everything else. You know, I'm not arguing about that. But I mean, obviously there was issues, and at least go get looked at. At least you know,
Yeah.
don't wait until it is absolutely.
Don't think you can sit it out and go and sweat it out in the bed, which is what he was doing. He's going
He
on
was
sweating it out.
sweating like a sieve, man. He was
Yeah.
he was in a bad way. He really
Bad
was.
way.
The thing that upset me most were the comments under that video, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then there was some stuff on Reddit as well.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
there was a huge thread, but that's the thing. They want you to react.
Yeah,
They
there was
want you
a
to
few.
react.
There was a couple on there that was really fucking harsh.
You know, there's always going to be
You have
those
to find the middle.
assholes, and I don't even want to get into the. It's
Not worth its
so
time.
political now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You know,
not
either
worth
it's the far right, it's the far left, and they're battling each other for supremacy, whatever the fuck it is. But it's just the amount of misinformation on both sides is ridiculous, and it doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't. But that's a fucking Debbie Downer, so fuck it.
I wish I watched more of the Mindset Mornings. Like, but he was on it in our time. That was 2:00 in the afternoon, and I was usually out,
Yes.
so I didn't get a chance to watch it live.
I was lucky. I was lucky
so
enough to
Awake
be on,
and outside, John. I'm impressed.
Awake, yes, I was awake. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to be on a couple of them. I mean, he was doing one on. I kept telling him about a small little brewery close to him called Phantom. The Munchies is back. Welcome back, Dan.
Hey.
You know, I was telling him about the small little brew place in close to where he was when he was before he moved into his new place called Phantom Carriage.
I saw that video, yeah.
I said, dude, I think you'd really like this place because it's all horror themed and especially classic horror and all that kind of shit. I think you'd love this place. And he had no clue about it. He's like, I had no idea. I go, well, that's why I'm telling you. So he decided, okay, he sent me a text. He said, look, I'm going to go check this place out today. I go, you motherfucker. You couldn't wait for me to come down and check it out with you. So I said, go, by all means, you have my blessing. Go check it out. Let me know how it is. And he absolutely fucking loved the place. And of course he did the, you know, on-site video with it. And then he decided, I want to do a mindset morning with it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Cool.
So yeah.
I did a DVD thing with him about what morning.
And let me ask you, when did you first discover Gareth?
Let's see. How did I find Gareth? Gosh, it was. God, how did I? Gosh, how did
you were. I think I was the first one to go on it because he did the Friday Night Owls, and I probably went on the first one. I think I was
first on the second one. I went on there before you did. Yeah, because
so you guys
like all by himself, and he was like, I put the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up, and it was like 2 or 3 days where nobody was going up. And I was like, I'm gonna go fucking buy a webcam. I want to fucking talk to this guy.
Yeah, people who live stream on their own are complete wankers. Yeah.
I just started watching. I was like, dude, I gotta fucking talk to this guy. That was like, that's why I bought my webcam, was to talk to Gareth.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I went and bought the cheapest webcam I could just to fucking, because he was like,
he wasn't on his. Yeah, let's get this right. He wasn't on his own though, Dan. He was with Percy.
Yeah,
every
he had
Friday
Percy.
night.
Yeah, he did have
Yeah,
Percy.
he had Percy, but I mean, when he originally, obviously,
Sometimes
with mindset, it wasn't a YouTube thing. He
Yeah.
wasn't. He was just broadcasting via the website, radio wise, podcast. Sorry, podcast.
Yeah, podcast. Yeah.
And then I remember him telling me, saying that, dude, I think I'm going to expand this onto YouTube. And he did that with Mindset Live. He started doing the Mindset Lives, and then the the Mindset Mornings came in after. But then he did the Friday Night Howls,
Mm.
and I think that's where a lot of people started to discover mindset in general.
That's
The
what I found.
Howls.
The Howls, and I think it was through the Secret Vault. I think the Secret Vault was like, "Hey, check out this guy."
It was. Matt, yeah, Matt said, yeah. You got
I
what?
was like, "Okay, I'll
Matt-
check it out." I was like, "Dude, I like this."
I've seen him on Matt's. That's where I saw him.
I have to
same,
say,
same.
Matt's the man. The guy is incredible. If you want some followers, just ask Matt to come on the show. Matt's a great guy. I love Matt. Matt's
No,
awesome.
no offense, but I don't want mass audience.
There's some characters out there that you probably don't want stalking you.
No,
and shit.
most of them obviously are fine.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, Midnight.
There's some
You're
there's
good.
meaty ones. Yeah,
Uh,
he attracts some, like weird people, troll
but
types.
he, I remember him telling me that he was thinking about doing just an open forum sort of weekend show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever the fuck he want. He was not Sunday, but Friday or Saturday or whatever. And he said, and I remember, hey, come on over for Friday night howl. What the hell's that? Oh, I'm just doing a live thing. Let's do it. Okay. So, hey.
I loved it, man. He had, when I seen Percy, Percy was funny as hell, and Mikey as well. Like Mikey was always having hysterics as well.
Yeah. Well, Gareth also, he had this way of ribbing. He had a way of ribbing you without being like, he was insulting, right? He was insulting.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt.
You had to have a sense of humor. If you didn't have a sense of humor,
Let me tell you, a lot of people did not get that he was insulting him. And that's the funny part. Dude, he just insulted you. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
He did, yeah.
Really?
You have to laugh it off, though.
Gareth, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would just
You have to laugh
shrug
at it,
that
though.
shit off.
Yeah,
Shit slides
just shrug it off.
shit
Yeah,
don't
that's
stick to
right.
me.
Laugh it off.
Slides
I used to
right
say
off.
to people, you haven't got a sense of humor, there's no point coming on here.
Oh,
Because
God,
that's what
no.
it was. It was a sense of humor. It was having a fucking laugh.
Oh, absolutely.
Fucking laugh.
Absolutely.
I'm like, it's kind of like the drug. It's like that show was like a drug, and I've been chasing that high
Ever since. Yeah.
ever since.
Well, it's funny because I remember I first discovered Gareth when I was doing some research on the Highgate Vampire years ago.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
And I stumbled upon a interview that he had done with David. And I said, okay, well, I'll reach out and see if I can find this Gareth Davies guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was 2009. I think it was around 2009, or sorry, 2010. Actually, it might have been later. I can't remember. But when I reached out and I said, hey, Gareth, I was just wondering if you'd like to come on the show, sort of thing. I think it was 2014, actually, when he finally came on the show. On our show.
Wow.
He came on and it was just instant. It was like, okay, man, this is great. I love that. I would love to have Gareth on more often. And we just bantered back and forth. I would come on his, he would come on ours.
Yeah.
So on and so on. I think what did it was our love for physical media and horror movies in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely physical
And he
media.
would go on about Hammer films. And
Oh, he fucking we
We
would
love Hammer films.
talk hours about Hammer flicks.
I
didn't
don't
even know
think it's an underestimation to say he possibly saved Frank Triggs maybe his life. I think.
Could be, yeah.
What?
I mean,
He
was
probably
bad.
did.
Yeah, he was in
He
a
opened,
bad state.
no, he did.
Maybe.
He was in a bad state. He was in a bad way.
Yeah, maybe I'm being melodramatic a little bit.
He opened Frank's mind to go on, do something, come out,
To
do it.
make friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make friends, like do something, get yourself out there. And then he played the guitar. Everybody's like, dude, this guy's a fucking genius.
He is.
This guy come on, and he came up with some fucking outward fucking comments, like, you know, and Gareth's like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is this bloke?
Right.
You know,
You know what?
Right? And then he come on, and he fucking put us all to fucking shame, like, you know, we're like, fuck me,
He
like,
knew
we
so
can't play
much
the
about
guitar.
shit.
You know
He's
what?
the real deal.
Gareth was a good collector of character. He really knew potential, and the one thing I've noticed, he'd go to me, he'd say, "Look it, dude, you gotta have this guy on your show," and I'd go, "Why?" And he would say, like, for instance, Reeves Cook,
Yeah.
you know, example, Reeves is fuck, I'd love to have Reeves on the show. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then got Joe Dunn.
Yeah,
You know,
Joe.
Joe Dunn, like, yeah, fucking me, like, yeah.
You know, Joe. I love Joe. Joe's a great guy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe's
you know, and
really, Joe is really devastated about
he
Gareth,
is.
man.
He's devastated even to this day, and
Yeah, still. Yeah.
he's
Disappeared, like,
really in a bad
bad way, like, yeah.
bad way with Gareth's passing.
Yeah, man.
I don't think he's ever gotten over it, and that, you know, I don't blame him. They were pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, he considers Gareth his best friend. That's how close he was to Gareth. He was like, "That's my best friend. That's my best friend." So,
you know, it's really too bad, but you know,
Joe's a good guy.
Joe's a great guy. I love Joe. Joe's a great guy, and I tell him, I said, look at, dude, Gareth would want you to continue, keep creating, keep doing what you're doing, because the minute you stop is the minute you fucking, you know, give up and don't do it, man. You're doing a great job. People love your videos. I mean, he's got a lot of followers. He's doing a great job with what he's doing.
He's
And
got,
this
like,
is
merch and stuff.
Sorry?
Oh, Joe, he's got merch and stuff and everything.
Merch. The guy's a graphic designer.
Yeah, man.
He does a great job. You need a logo made up? Ask Joe. Joe will do a great job. But you know, Joe and Ben Emlyn Jones, for fuck's sakes. Ben, holy shit.
Yeah.
The guy's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. Didn't he just open everybody's mind, like, what?
You know?
I've been waiting for him to come up on Frank's forever, man. Like,
but Frank, it's funny with Frank. Frank with me is a little different than you guys. Frank, he actually started following my personal account because he thought I was in a band called Zombie.
yeah.
And I'm I kept telling him, no, Frank, you got the right, you got the right guy, but no, I'm not in the band. That's my buddy's band, and I'm glad because he absolutely loved it. And I go, dude, I if you want me to put you in touch, I'll put you in touch with him. Absolutely, you know, Barry, you love Goblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd love Zombie. Have you ever heard of the band Zombie?
I'm subscribed to your personal account, Steve, so I have seen some of the stuff on there. So maybe
awesome shit. They're fucking amazing. In fact, they're just gearing up to do a US tour.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, really good guys. Steve Moore and AJ, they're really good. In fact, Steve subbed in and helped Goblin for their last US tour. Wow. And played a few dates there in the US, including their big gig in Austin, Texas. Dan, did you see it? But
Have they got like
Yeah,
a record contract?
sorry?
Have they got like a record contract?
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
they're well known in Italy. They're huge. They're fucking huge as a prog rock band, but they've done a shitload of scoring for Italian films and beyond. A lot of shit.
Yeah, I think I've just found them on Apple Music.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking. Oh, sorry. Zombie. They're signed to Relapse, and Steve has done a lot of scores for some films, including Home and a few others. A shitload of movies. Actually, he's got another one coming out soon, I think. But like I said, if you really enjoy goblin stuff, you probably will enjoy zombie shit, especially the early stuff.
Goblins.
Yep.
Is that another band? I never even heard of that band.
What, zombie?
No, you said
Goblins.
Goblin is
Goblin's been around for years, like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the director Dario Argento, horror director.
Well,
his daughter was one of the Me Too people, wasn't she?
yeah, I think Dan would probably remember the movie Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
The Dead, yeah.
So Dawn of the Dead had a few different versions, but the European version had Goblin's music in
it, yeah.
in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I prefer. I prefer that version because fucking Goblin's score was just incredible.
Right.
I'm thinking like I probably know what you're talking about now.
You'd love them. I think you'd love them, man. They're awesome.
Is that the da 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 da? And then it's like a reggae kind of.
It sort of breaks into a reggae sort of thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They used it in Shaun of the Dead too.
I want to think you're right.
In the beginning of Shaun of the Dead.
Beginning of Shaun of the Dead, yeah.
Oh. Hold on a second. Can I share some audio? You know what? I don't care if we get a strike here. Fuck it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. You get a strike. You get like nixed from YouTube for a few days.
Yeah. Look at Sleazy P like weak band.
Yeah.
Fucking YouTube.
This is private. He had a private stream with 6 people, and they flagged him.
I had to share this. Yes, the best thing about Gareth, he was genuine and would tell you the truth, even if it meant insulting you. Yes.
Yeah, that was it.
Absolutely. And you know what? He would absolutely allow you to share your point of view, and would not ridicule you for it.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, there's a couple of times.
You wait until you leave.
A couple of people got ripped the shit out of on the.
Oh yeah,
don't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, he was pretty fair. He for the most part, he was pretty fair.
No, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
No. I don't know how many times though you
It depended.
Well, that was an unpleasant like.
It depended on how many beers he had, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the night he had to go at Tony L? Like,
Dude.
I don't think I saw that. Well, what happened?
Oh, man, he fucking ripped into him. He said, "I'm going to come to Wales and I'm going to rip you out of that fucking chair in a minute."
Yeah.
We're going to take you out of that fucking wheelchair, like.
It's
like everybody over there is all on medication, you know. Like,
I'm deleting my channel and then I'm killing myself.
I'm gonna go over there and fucking save you.
Yeah. No word of a lie. Like Tony gave him an email the next day, like he's gone. Oh, well, you was out of order what you said there, like.
Yeah, he didn't like
Show business, Tony. Just show business.
Rip the shit out of him, man.
Yeah. Well, Maybe if you're Gareth, you can get away with it, but I think I should be careful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's the thing about Gareth. He would tell you, don't be careful. He would say, you know what, do it, man. Gareth was he was forthright. He would say, look it.
Told you straight, didn't he?
Yeah.
No bullshit.
No bullshit. Fucking, if you're gonna say something, say it.
Yeah. You're gonna give people a lot of grief for it as well. Somebody in the comments was like in the comment giving you shit, like, or giving anybody shit. He ripped the shit out of them.
You know what? And I'm the same way. Somebody will be in chat and they'll fucking put this display of keyboard warring bullshit going on.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But you know what? Come on the show and say the same thing. They won't. Because they don't have the fucking balls.
That's right. Keyboard warriors.
There's one thing.
What are you saying then, Steve? What are you saying, mate? What are you saying, eh?
That reminds me. That was one of the things that made me come up in the first place onto Gareth's was like, he said something about you guys are just fucking names out there, right? Until you come up here.
Oh, wow.
And I see names. There's a bunch of fucking names coming up on the screen, right? You're not fucking people.
Yeah.
But that's how it was.
I'm a person.
That's exactly how it was. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that's exactly something he said. That's the reason
he only allowed 5 people. He only allowed 5 people up. Like that was the thing. There was only 5 you allowed. You had to have something good to say, or you got booted off.
And you're boy, see ya, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he always even though when he did the Friday Night Howls, that's Frank I'm thinking about, the Friday Night Fouls. When Gareth did the Friday Night Howls, he still had a sort of structure, even though it would fall apart. And I told him, I said, it's gonna fall apart. We made sure
it fell apart.
Well, you have to follow the conversation, especially when you have an open forum. You got to follow the conversation. You can throw shit out there. Go ahead, and people might sort of, like a fish lure them in or whatever. But for the most part, follow the direction of the conversation, and that's why that's what our dark discussions have always been like. You got a subject, run with it. If it falls off, a wheel falls off, whatever, follow it. Just keep going because people are enjoying the conversation.
Is that why I'm still here, Steve?
No, I'm still waiting for you to throw that fucking curveball, Barry.
Yeah, I think I thought I did that earlier on. Like,
Barry, come on, show me that curveball. Come on.
My mic's not working. What's going on?
The earphones have gone quiet.
Okay, in the
fuck you, Steve. Oh, sorry, was my microphone on?
in the another Van Meter. Hey, how are you? In the grand tradition of Gareth and the mindset, sort of the mindset Friday Night Howls, we'll allow one more person into the panel here. One more, and that's it. We can't have more than 5.
I'm a bit nervous, Steve.
I don't think anyone's going to join us. I don't think anyone has the balls to join us.
Get that Bible guy back.
That Bible, yeah. That was hilarious. Was
biblical.
In biblical.
Yeah.
You were here with you were.
I shouldn't have told him to go fuck himself. That was a bit strong.
Oh no!
It's almost as bad as saying, "Go fucking die."
It's funny, but I shouldn't have done.
Go fucking
Steve.
It's hilarious.
How much do I have to drink? Not much.
You
I'm
just
gonna have
tell
to
me.
refresh yours, guys. Getting a little low.
That's a cool
What are you
glass.
drinking there? Are you drinking that?
I think Barry will love this. This here. Can you guys read that?
Is that what?
Root
Brute
Root?
branch.
branch.
Oh, that's a 1984 quote. Yeah, that's from 1984.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
What
fucking
percent-
love it. That's
what
my
Barry
favorite
got
book.
it. Barry got it.
What percentage is it?
This.
Yeah. Never mind the
Fuck.
quote, Steve.
No,
How
the-
pissed are you?
The scary part about this, it doesn't have a percentage on it.
Doesn't
shit.
tell you.
It doesn't tell
Wow.
you. I think it's probably 8%.
So you obviously acquired it from the inner party.
Can't you just
Yeah.
can't you just pour a glass of it and put one of those?
After I had one of these.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A connoisseur of obscure lagers.
Fuck yeah,
That's
now.
a trippy ass man right there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
If you're not fucked
I
up
like that.
drinking it, then you get fucked up just looking at the can.
You
Look
just
at the
stare at the
can, yeah.
can and you're like, "Whoa, man!"
Can you read
That's
that?
8. That's 8%.
Fucking hell.
That looks 8%.
Keep going, Steve. Let's see how messed up this
8.2.
podcast could go.
Oh, it just finally focused right before you pulled it away.
Just before you pulled it away. Like,
8.2.
Awesome. So I've never drank 1984 beer before. That sounds interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
1984.
Really?
Why they
brand.
have these,
I never drank any beer in 1984 either.
the themes of these micro brews,
Do,
like,
do, 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 do. A rhythmic song. Isn't it?
Yeah.
like they're like
Nice.
putting messages. They're literally putting messages on beer. Like,
But I want to drink. I want to drink socialist beer.
Dan, they want you to drink it. That's the whole point.
yeah,
Yeah.
they want
That's
you to
why they
drink.
keep putting it in there, right in your face, like, buy this beer now. I would drink.
I think over in the UK there's a microbrewery over there called Cloud.
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Yes.
are you familiar with the Cloud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Not sure.
Very nice.
They are and oh god, I can't remember Whitham. I think it's called Whitham.
Right.
Whitham.
They do
Anyways,
all sorts, like, they got
and
loads,
I-
mate. They
I
got loads over it.
gotta bring the can up here because I think you guys would
Yeah.
would fucking enjoy it. It's actually a play on Halloween, and they've got the can. The logo has Michael Myers hiding behind the laundry.
Right.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah. Cloud do the microbrewery, but they do quite a few beers, like
They do a shitload. They're well
they do a
known
shed load of beers, yeah.
collabs.
Very expensive. We have them in a store over there called Tesco's. And
Tesco's.
yeah,
I know. I'm familiar with
the
Tesco.
top money, like they're about nearly.
Aren't they owned by
£5.
Walmart now?
No. Walmart
That was
used
Asda.
to own. Walmart used to own Asda.
Oh, okay.
Now, two guys from Blackburn own Asda.
Okay.
A multi-million-pound fucking company, like, and these two
See,
guys,
I don't,
own a petrol station.
Barry. I don't think anyone has the balls to join us. I don't know what it is. We need a first. We need a fifth victim here.
Victim. Who's gonna be next?
Who's gonna be next?
Yeah.
We should call this Hollywood Squares.
I had 9 on my panel once.
Yes.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah, but 9. Can you only do 9 if you pay for StreamYard though?
If it's free, it's 6, and if you pay
6. Yeah.
10, I think.
It's 10,
10.
you can get. Yeah,
I've never had
you
10.
can
I
get.
had 9, but not 10.
Yeah, we wanted Punch to come on that night, and he did come on.
That's
Is
right.
it-
Yeah, that's right.
Barry, let me ask
What
you:
year was it?
is it worth paying for? What do you have? The basic?
Yeah, is it worth paying
Don't
for?
mind me asking.
Oh, man.
Well, I was so. Before I was paying for StreamYard, I used OBS, and OBS
Yeah.
is perfectly fine.
I like OBS, but I'm
But-
not.
It adds a lot of complications into your setup. So, like for me, there were loads of technical glitches where my audio wasn't working and some other bits and pieces. But I've upgraded my setup, so I have like a posh mic, and I bought like a USB hub to sort of minimize the audio issues. And
Right.
my setup is minimal, but I still had to spend some money to get to where I wanted to be, basically. So
Mhm.
part of that upgrade process was to just basically get StreamYard, the middle tier, whatever the middle tier is called.
Okay.
And it makes it so easy because you just go straight in, you set up your live stream, and when you're ready, you just go live. So it's really easy. So for me personally, because I have a thing with YouTube, I keep saying to myself, and I do say this on my live streams, that I'm going to do YouTube for as long as it's fun.
Yeah.
And I seem to have met lots of nice people here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Present company obviously included.
Yeah, there is some nice people on it. and
Yeah.
there also
So
is
for me, it's
there is
been a
some
really good
total wankers
experience
on it as
yeah.
well. Like,
Yeah, there's some total wankers here, obviously.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
here. Not here.
No, not here.
Not
Not here.
Not
right?
here. Not here.
Yeah.
Calm down, everyone. Just calm down.
Yeah, there is. I have to
So-
put it out there.
So I work, so I have like a full-time job. So my financial position is that I could probably easily afford my StreamYard. So that's my argument. If you can afford it and you think it's
Well,
worth it, then
I
go
was
for it,
I
definitely.
was
Yeah.
looking into it for the show, obviously, but I mean, when they bill you, do they do it annually?
You can do an annual plan. I'm just paying monthly.
Okay,
I
so
think
you
it's-
can't pay monthly. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's $25 monthly, which is like £19, I think.
£19, yeah,
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
19 of the Queen's pounds.
19
And
pounds.
19 pounds of the queen.
the best thing about
£19.
paying for StreamYard is obviously you're not limited by the amount of hours you can use. So you can stream as much as you like.
Well, I know the free is what, 20 hours per
Mm.
month or something like that.
Yeah. So I think just not having that limit is good because it gives you the flexibility.
Yeah.
You can either plan something in advance. I try and plan my streams like a bit in advance because I don't have like a massive audience. But then you can just go live as well. So if you want to just do that, it's very easy.
Well, we were thinking, with this, we would probably do just the, on the cuff sort of things like this with StreamYard, but the shows, the full shows on Sunday nights, we'll probably keep doing the OBS sort of thing. But
Right.
I don't know, that could change.
I mean, it depends on where you want to go with your show, really.
I think at the end of the day, if I came on and you were talking about what you usually talk on Nocturnal Focus, and I'd be like, huh? What am I saying? Like,
you just insulted him, John. Okay,
no, it's not. No, I'm not. No,
not
calm
at
down,
all.
everyone.
I have listened to.
Not at
some
all.
of the
I want to
shows.
hear it.
I'm not denying. I have listened to some of the shows. Some of the stuff does go over the top of my head. Like some of it, I'm interested in. The paranormal thing, I can't really get into, but the UFO stuff, I'm fucking fascinated by that.
Well, we got a huge UFO show coming up on the 25th.
Paranormal Cycle.
Ben Emlyn Jones and our good friend Fred Anderson and Cameron Logan are all coming on. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of fucking classic cases, and
cool, man.
It'll be a pretty good show, man. I think so. It'll be really cool show.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
Phoenix Lights.
Fascinated by
Phoenix
that.
Lights.
Phoenix Lights, yeah. Fuck. Phoenix Lights. What's her name?
Back
We
in just a
were
moment.
going to bring her on years ago.
One of those ones. Texas.
It's like some of Gareth's podcasts. Like some of his podcasts went over the top of my head.
Yeah.
Well,
some of them were really interesting.
Well, even with Gareth, some of the stuff I hold on, I can't even. I might be. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. I'll play it for you guys. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me know what you think. I think I have it somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. Let's see. Okay, guys, tell me what you think of this. And what you're going to see is you're going to see my videographer going and documenting this place we went into. And he centers in on this portrait of a period piece girl, and all of a sudden you hear this sort of sounds like either singing or reciting a nursery rhyme or whatever. He was alone. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna.
I don't know about you, Mama. I got a hell of a shiver down the fucking back of me.
Here you go.
just
Here you
hearing
go. So you guys clearly hear that, right?
Yeah, it's like
The first time I heard it, it gave me a shiver down the back.
Yeah.
like
Time I heard
there's like a growl at
yeah.
the end. It goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird.
But I mean, there was nobody there with him
Right.
at all. We were downstairs in the main area, and he was upstairs, and you clearly hear that with him. And I remember playing that for Gareth, and Gareth, yeah, exactly. Fucking shivers.
Can we hear it again?
Shiver, man.
Yeah,
When you hear it the first time, it shiver. I got a shiver down the back.
Here we go. Hold on.
There's two noises. There's two voices. There's a voice before it. There's two voices, man. There's two people speaking in that.
Well, what you're
Don't
hearing,
hear the other person as well.
what you're hearing is is you're hearing the people downstairs.
Right.
There's some people downstairs that you can sort of hear their muffled voices, but
Right.
the main sorry, I'll play it again.
Right.
The main sort of voice that you're hearing is right there with him, the camera guy, as he's centering in on this piece. I'll play it again for you guys.
What's she speaking like?
Well, yeah, what is
That's
it? Doesn't
the thing.
sound like
That's
English.
the thing.
It doesn't sound like any
It
English.
sounds like a Native American or something. Like
I can't even understand what she's saying.
it's like AC come house, baby.
Somebody was saying something about French.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
sound
it
like
quite-
English, but it sounds like
No, it's not
No,
English.
that's not English. That's definitely not English.
It could be French.
Could be Latin.
yeah.
Possibly, but what I'm hearing is to me it sounds like it might be French. And and I'm
You know what? A voice I've heard like that there's a song that was done by a group called The Orb,
You
Little
gotta play it
Fluffy
backwards,
Clouds, right? And that voice, that female's voice, is very much like hers in the song, but you don't understand the word of what she's saying. No, I can't understand what she's saying. She just seems to-
that's
play
the
it backwards.
problem. We were trying to figure out exactly what she's reciting or what she's singing or
Yeah.
whatever. We
Play
can't
backwards.
figure that out.
No.
But you clearly hear what do you guys say? A little girl, a young girl, or a woman?
I would say that
Young
was
woman.
a young woman.
I think you should get that guy from that movie Event Horizon because he can translate all of those things for you. Sorry, that sounded funnier in my head. I
Or the
apologize.
guy
Yeah,
like,
no.
Stargate the movie. The nerd from Stargate the movie who translates the shit.
But
There must
don't
be a way
know.
to clean up the
That's-
audio, though.
I don't know what it is, but when you first hear it, man, that gives you a shiver. down the
chills,
back.
doesn't it?
Fucking
I'm
right.
Yeah, it sounds
confused
like
though. Is it
something
a
in
doll
there.
or a painting? I couldn't make out.
The painting is called Cherry Ripe. It's after an English song by the same name called Cherry Ripe. Very classic English song from I believe the late 1700s, early 1800s.
Okay.
Called Cherry Ripe, and that's what I thought. Okay, maybe it has something to do with the actual song, the painting, but no. When listening to the song Cherry Ripe, no, it doesn't sound anything close to what you're hearing recited there.
You need to post it on Reddit. What is this saying? Right? Post it on Reddit saying, "What is this saying?" and see how many people like found that.
I don't know.
Reddit.
I don't know if I posted it on Reddit or not. I don't know. You're gonna find some fucking pretty interesting.
Somebody's got to fucking have a.
Someone
Somebody's
out
got to
there
be
going,
able to
"Oh yeah,
recite what
it's
that
saying
is.
this and that in
I-
Chinese."
I think you're haunted by some French fucking frog that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
She's saying she wants to murder you, like wring your neck.
Yeah, it's a scorned French
you,
woman.
ghost.
You know, like a lot of those
fucking wring your neck.
like a lot of those Japanese horror flicks. You know, a scorned woman comes back and haunts you. It's a scorned French woman.
Yeah.
You fucked with the wrong French
Fuck
woman.
with the wrong French
drowned in the
frog.
river.
Well, you've just described my first marriage. So well done.
Uh, but I remember playing that for Gareth, and Gareth was just blown away. He's like, "Holy fuck!"
Wow.
I said, "Yeah." I mean, yeah. I can't explain it. It's funny because
It sounds like Native American to me. Like not. It doesn't really
Could be
sound
like
like that.
it could be could be India.
Sounds
It
like
sounds
Welsh
like
to me.
one of those Native
Well,
American
the
chants.
footage was taken from 2009, and I didn't discover. Reviewing it for the first time, I missed it, and then 10 years later, I started working on a documentary, and I was going to use some of the footage, and I came across. So I'm like, holy shit! How did I miss it the first time? It's like, wow,
Yeah, man.
incredible.
I don't know. But it gives you the shivers like when you fucking hear it. I tell you
Yeah.
that. I'm in an old house, like, and I've already had something
It
happen
was
in this
me
house.
there, and I was hearing it.
I've
from
already had
myself,
something
and
happen in
probably-
this house behind me one day, like one morning, and it got me, to go, like
Yeah.
This house I live in is dated back to 1860.
The one you're living in now?
Yeah, well, this house is the 1860. The oldest houses in the street.
And have you ever had any strange experiences?
When I first moved in, I had this big iron fireplace thing, like, right, and I put it upstairs in the upstairs bedroom, right, and it was resting against the wall, so it's resting against the wall. And one day I was in the house on my own. Also I was in with my next door neighbour. We both sat in the lounge, and all of a sudden we hear this thud, and it fell over in the top bedroom upstairs. Fell over the other way, so it had to go another way to go and fall on the floor because it was already resting up against the wall. I've also seen in here, you get shoots of light, light, and it's like a bolt of light going across the top of the roof, the ceiling. It's like a spirit light,
Yeah.
So you go, what the fuck was that? It's just flown across the room, like, Filmed something upstairs in the bedroom once with a camera. Got loads of fucking orbs flying around the room. Loads. I mean, a fucking lot of orbs.
I have a friend who's here that would tell me about the orbs he would watch. He said He just told me offhand one day. He was like, "Dude, I've been watching these orbs in my bedroom that come at night, and I'll lay in my bed and I watch these orbs fly around in my room." And he was telling me he's like, older than me, and he's not crazy as far as I think. He might be. I don't know.
I mean,
But
is he seeing them with his naked eye?
yeah, he said he's
Oh,
watching
yeah.
these things fly around. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
it's like a physical thing.
With the naked eye, I would say,
like, no,
okay,
you gotta
fine.
be tripping, dude. I kind of, I can kind of like, see things in my,
No, I'll tell you
mind's
something
eye.
else.
He was like, no, it wasn't that. He was like, no, it wasn't that. It was a thing floating around in my room. These balls.
My mother lived in this house for 10 years, because I moved out of it, and then she lived in it for 10 years. And she said
stuff here, though.
She said something fell over in the house once, off a mantelpiece, fell over. That's all she ever had when she was in here. So a bloke in the Dole office, he used to know people who lived in these houses. He said, "Oh, somebody died in one of those houses very recently as well. This is in the last 40 years." I said, "Do you know which house it is?" He goes, "Oh, I can't remember." There's only four houses here. The oldest houses. There's only four of them. So he said, "I said, which one is it?" He goes, "Oh, I can't remember." I'm going, fucking hell, I hope it's not mine. But at the end of the day, I mean, the 1860, there must be some serious deaths in this house.
Oh, probably.
In these four houses, because they were farm workers' houses. So that's what they were. Because all this area around where I live used to be farmland. And the house that was the farmhouse is dated back to the 1600s. And so all these houses were built later on, and they were for the farm workers. So they've been there, the old houses in the street. So there must have been some serious deaths in there, over that time, Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, one day, I'm on a live stream, and I see a shadow walk through that. I've got a back door behind me. There's a door behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in the back. Where we think, I can't even get my fucking hand in where it is. Right. It's
that light spot behind you.
It's there. When my finger's pointing, there's a door behind me, right? That goes out to a toilet and a back door.
I think I see some shadow behind there now.
Oh, fuck. Believe you me, man. I tell you this. One morning, no word of a lie, one morning, something walked through that fucking back door. And it was enough to get me to go. I've looked round so I've seen it on the fucking screen, Whoa!
What?
I had an old house that was built I was living for I don't know, for 12 years in a house built by a family member in 1924, and that guy actually committed suicide down the road here.
Really?
And when I first moved there, and I lived there just by myself in this a pretty big house for just one person. And man, it was weird. The first night I slept in there, I felt something pressed down on the bed when I was sleeping. Right, it's something pressed down on the bed, and it was literally I literally thought to myself, what in the fuck?
What?
Right?
Yeah.
What in the literal fuck? I just fucking feel the fucking bed move, it moved, right?
Yeah.
It pushed down you could if somebody sat on there next to you, right? It's it fucking moved, right? Holy shit, dude, I know I'm not fucking crazy. I just felt that. I'm alone. And then I felt that later that night, I felt the bed sheet, right, get tugged. As if, yeah, and it was fucking weird.
No.
Yeah, dude. And it only.
I'm out of here.
No, I would have been fuck this.
I just filled out. This is fucking weird, but it doesn't.
Because there is such a thing as ghost rape. So just
ghost rape.
Making you aware of that.
Oh, what's that? What's that movie?
Or something. Yeah.
The entity.
The entity. That's it.
Yeah, the end.
Talk very
Just the ghost
tapped.
monster.
Oh god.
Oh, mate, kind of crazy.
You know
Weird. It never
were
happened
doing,
again until it was only that first night I stayed there by myself.
That's crazy.
we were doing research in an old farmhouse, abandoned farmhouse that had two females who had committed suicide at two different times.
Wow.
And I remember being in this place and getting all this fucking weird audio. And I remember this had two adjacent stairs, one going down to the kitchen and one going down the living room, sort of parallel. And I remember going up to the main floor, and all of a sudden I heard Steve. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking around. There's nobody around me. What the fuck? And I have the audio. I have the actual audio for this.
Wow.
And I'm going, okay, what the fuck? Here, I'll give you guys an idea. Here, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna share this with you guys. Okay, hold on. Where are we?
Yeah, that's why I don't completely discount paranormal things.
That's what it's good.
Someone or something that gives the thought of a strange and wrong.
This place is just fucked up.
I like how it's narrated though, like you're narrating it.
Well, man, now would just say, stay away.
It's got the like,
I think
it's a creepy vibe going on.
This place messed up.
place had smoke alarm on each level, and when I remember first going in this place, the fucking they were beeping constantly because the batteries were dying.
Something weird with the investigations like this. It's like when you stop paying attention to things, that's when you hear them. Which is, it's like they want attention or something like that. I don't know.
Is there somebody currently here with us right now? Like a lot of times that you'll get in a place like this, you'll get that sense of feeling not alone. See? Movement again. There's movement
Right down there.
down the hallway here. Now, rather than that's an animal or not, but it's moving very slightly. And it's above us. Yeah.
Well, I'll play the EVP here. It's very, very faint, but
What's it?
Check this stuff out. We think there's something going on. We want to know. The cool stuff.
I think we missed it.
A whisper from down there. I can see it.
No, not dead silent.
Are you filming for a TV show?
Very strange EVP. I mean,
Usually are to
There we go.
try to understand.
there, which obviously there isn't because it's very strange EVP. I mean, I've never heard anything quite like it.
It's hard to hear
There's a certain
unless
echo
you
inside the
got
house
like earphones.
there, which obviously there isn't because it's abandoned. But I can't explain it. It's just a feeling, right?
So, talk about the EVP.
Yeah, you can hear it faintly.
I mean,
Faintly,
there's a certain echo
yeah.
inside the house.
Yeah, it's like
empty.
like a
Weird thing
bump.
about the EVP that it
So basically, what it sounds like an older woman, like an older woman who might be just like bedridden, saying, "Are they here?"
Whoa.
And I swear to God, when I fucking heard that, I'm like, "I'm out of here."
That whole building just.
Oh my god, that would freak me out too if I
Stay,
heard.
stay away.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Okay, I stumbled upon this place. Let me get rid of this. I stumbled upon this place because I was looking for some abandoned farmhouses to do some photography. And I saw this place. I'm like, man, this looks cool. You know, long dirt driveway, a bridge over a stream. Oh yeah, EVP Lab 1.0. And you know, I pulled up, drove down the dirt driveway, and I didn't want to cross the bridge because the bridge didn't look too safe. And so I walked across, went up to the front door of the farmhouse, and I'm knocking on the door, and as I'm knocking on the door, I'm looking in the window, and I see that there's nothing, no furniture, nothing. I'm like, there's nobody here. But I knocked, and nobody answered. So I walked around, and I went to the back, and there was like a door propped open in the pantry, and I'm like, okay, should I go in? Fuck it. I went in. And sure as shit, I could hear the smoke alarms beeping because the batteries are low and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, okay, nobody's been here for a while. It's been a long time. So I went through. I was taking some photos and all sorts of shit. I went upstairs to the top floor, and as I got up there, all I could hear in the attic was this fucking sound, like this moving sound. I'm like, okay, is that an animal? What the fuck? And as I moved, it moved too.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, where's the fucking attic door? So I went searching for the attic door, and I found the room where the attic door was, and thankfully it was closed. And because you could literally hear what was up there move to the attic door as I was there. And I'm like, oh man, this is fun. Maybe I need to get the fuck out of here. But it was a pretty fucked up place, and some pretty weird shit, and it's got a really, really odd history to it.
Has it got like a what they call it, oppressive atmosphere when you go near it?
It does.
It just gives you that ooze off, doesn't it? Like
people who have gone there for the first time, they feel a sense of dread, a sense of there's something very malevolent here, and I don't like this.
Yeah.
Strange place, man. But
we had a hotel where I used to work in a hotel down in Cornwall, like, and it was dated back to the 1700s. I think it was 1700s. The hotel was, and the back part of the hotel was like really, really fucking cold. I mean, even with the heating on, it was freezing cold, like, And one day, like, one of the chambermaids was like cleaning in the laundry. They had a laundry in the back of this hotel, and no word of a lie, she said she heard this radio playing, like music from the 1800s or something like that. It was really old music. Couldn't find the fucking radio anywhere where it was coming from, like, but the music was playing, like, you know. And she said it's just all of a sudden came on, like, you know. And she's like, fucking hell, like. And every time you walk down the back of this house, you had to walk down to the changing rooms, and you had to look up at this dark corridor. Every time it was on the left hand, on my right hand side, like. So every time you walked to the door, it was on the right hand side, and the corridor was pitch black. But you just knew there was something up there watching you every time, like, you know. Fuck me.
I guess so.
You, like, you know, just oozed, fucking.
I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to take a quick washer
Fuck
break.
me, I'm doing the same, like.
Crazy John scared himself. Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Get that chair fast enough. He needs like a springboard to get out. Like, he just pulls the recliner handle and just launches him out. Gotta go.
He's gone through his back door.
Right. Watch for shadows.
Yeah, man. So, what do you think that thing in the bed was then? Do you think
I
there's
have no
some
fucking idea,
poltergeist
dude.
or?
Like, because it didn't ever happen again. So I was questioning how sane I was. Like, I was questioning how sane I was. That's how
I can
weird it
imagine,
was.
yeah, because you must be like, is this really happening?
Yeah, it literally was like that. Like, is this fucking really happening? This doesn't fucking happen. This isn't real.
100%.
What the fuck? Yeah, that can't be real. That can't be real, is what I thought. Couldn't be fucking real. What I just felt was fucking illusion somehow. Couldn't have been real. But it freaked me out.
Well, I live in a modern. Well, it's not houses. I live in a flat, but it's modern. So, hey, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
So I don't have any stories about my home.
805 yesterday.
Did you? I'm dying to find out. What have you got? What stories have you got, Barry?
I got hundreds of stories about my work. Nothing here though, at home.
What were you gonna say, Barry? Sorry.
I've forgotten what I was going to say, actually. I'm just concentrating on Blue Moon at the moment.
Yeah, right.
I'm an alcoholic.
Nice.
No, seriously. As you can imagine, so for those of you who don't know, I work on a subsurface railway station, or I work on more than one. So they're very old, and lots of people have died there.
Yeah.
And just to give you an indication of how many people have died, I remember a colleague of mine at the station next door had a suicide. When it was all over, I rang him up just to give a bit of moral support. And, how you doing? Are you okay? If you want to talk, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. And halfway through the phone call, he said, I'm sorry, the other phone's ringing. I've got to go. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Put the phone down. And when I called him back the next day, it turned out that he had in the same shift, he had a second suicide in the same duty. So a lot of people die where I work, and you often hear and see. Well, me personally, I haven't really seen anything, but I have been sent photos of people who've seen shadow figures and stuff. I've seen a few things. But one of the things that sticks in my mind the most is a particular station I worked at. I didn't really feel any kind of negative presence there, but I often would hear doors. If I was on a night shift, I'm alone on the station with some cleaners. That's it. If there's no engineers around, it's me and the cleaners. So this particular evening, there was just myself and one cleaner, and he was downstairs on the platform mopping the platforms.
Right.
And because it's a subsurface railway station, we have to keep all the doors shut and locked.
Yeah.
And I often hear the doors opening and closing shut during the night. And I happened to walk down there, and I saw the cleaner. I was like, I'm going to go and ask him. So I walked up to the cleaner. I was like, do you hear these doors opening and closing like I do? And he went, yeah, all the time. Like, right. Doesn't it scare you? No, I just ignore it. Then they carried on. Okay. Yeah, but these doors are closed and locked shut with a key, and the key is double locked. And I'm the key holder because I'm the station manager. Yeah. So no one has the key. But if you walk along the platforms at night when there's no one around, you can hear the doors opening and closing, slamming shut.
That'd be
Fuck
crazy.
me, man. That would freak me right out.
Yeah, that's true. That's a true story. I swear. To
Yeah.
Barry, is there a way to share audio on here? I can't find a way to share. I wanted to share a couple audio things with you guys, but I can't figure it out with StreamYard.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
No,
I think you got a share screen on there, haven't you? You've got a share screen. On
There's
there.
a share screen, but I don't think that'll allow me. Hold
If
on.
you can play the audio in a Chrome tab or something, then you can.
Yeah, you've got to put it in a Chrome tab. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can do it that way.
I think if you've got your sound off, you've got to have your sound on for it as well. Because if you muted it and then put it through your headphones, it won't go through.
Okay. Oh well, another time. Yeah, talking about doors slamming and banging. I am doing a research for years at a old farmhouse called Spruce Lane, and you hear that quite often. You hear doors slamming, and what I'm finding is you're hearing what sounds like an older gentleman coughing, clearing his throat, sort of thing. You hear that quite often.
It's contagious.
Do you also get the smell? I mean, another one is I've had is a sense of smell of a cigarette smoke, like
you
in here, like.
You do get sense of smell.
That's you, John.
Yeah.
No. It's certain times of the day, I can come down the stairs and I'll just get a waft of it.
Wow.
All of a sudden, like, and I that's usually when I first come down, like, I'll get it. So I means I've just got out of bed and come downstairs, and I'll just get it waft right under my nose, like,
that is supposed to be a sign, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Let me see if I have this.
Perfume's another one. Perfume,
flowers,
especially if somebody used to use lots of perfume when they were alive.
Yeah, sulfur, excrement.
Excrement.
Excrement, yeah. Excretion.
Why do I smell sulfury rotten egg smell? It's like, rotten egg smell.
Too much. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna end this. I had tons of fun, guys. Tons of fun.
Well, we livened it up.
Huh?
We livened it up.
well, you did one. I'd like to apologize on behalf of everybody. I'm sorry, I ruined it. I apologize.
Oh, you didn't ruin anything, Barry.
Didn't ruin nothing.
Go off of you.
It's great to see you.
Thank you.
It was great to have you on, buddy. And you know what? I look forward to doing this more often, guys.
Yeah,
really would. Always good to have you guys on. And too bad Frank was around.
Yeah, he isn't coming on until Friday, apparently.
Friday, okay. But we'll do this more often, guys. Thanks for coming on.
No worries.
All right. Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Have a great one, guys, and thanks for tuning in. And then take care, everyone.
Ignore the shadows.
Yeah.
Adios.
Later.
Later.